This is a special presentation of 1620 The Zone and the 1620 The Zone mobile app. This hour of the Men's College World Series special on 1620 The Zone is presented by Union Bank and Trust. People don't have your money. Your money has people. Member FDIC. 1620 The Zone is live at the Omaha Baseball Village. Powered by Access Bank. Here for a reason, yours. And Children's Nebraska. Here are your hosts for today's broadcast, Connor Happer and Nick Handley on 1620 The Zone.
Good morning and welcome into what could be the final day of the 2024 Men's College World Series. Connor Happer and Nick Handley with you from the Omaha Baseball Village in front of Game 2 of the Championship Finals, which is set to start just a hair after 1 o'clock. Texas A&M 1 win away from an elusive national championship. Tennessee will have to win twice. This is powered by Access Bank, here for a reason, yours, and by Children's Nebraska. And Hour 1 is presented by Union Bank and Trust, where people don't have your money has people. Member FDIC. We'll take you up till 12:40 today before we get you off to the ballpark. And maybe we put a bow on this thing today. We got some movement around here. We're moving in. We're moving out.
Yeah.
We got some sweat going on. You're taking kids to the park this morning, and you're sweating like Vlade Divac in Game 7 of a Western Conference Finals. Yeah, it's happening right now. Get it loose. Get it rolling, because today, championships are won in conditions like this.
Yes, they are. And these are SEC teams. They got these conditions in April.
Yeah.
So
these guys get it.
They know this isn't hot. This is extremely comfortable for them. It's weird, though, being in here. Like, it's, as you mentioned, you're moving in, you're moving out. There's a lot of people moving out today. I mean, we got baseball. I think we're going to have baseball tomorrow.
You do?
I do.
Why do you think that?
Because I took Tennessee to win the whole damn thing, so I need there to be baseball tomorrow after A&M won last night.
There to be baseball.
Are you doing the Village show tomorrow?
Well, if there is a game,
the
Connor Happer show will be
you'll
live
be here. Okay.
from the Omaha Baseball Village.
So you want it wrapped up today?
Well, just when given the option to sit in our nice,
I get you.
Palatial studios in Midtown, or here, I mean, there's an option, but we love being out here. We love being out here.
You're such a man of the people.
I
too.
know.
I feel like one more day. This
it
event
won't
needs
kill
one
us.
more day of Connor Happer.
And at the end, when we take a little bit of a breath, we'll say, "Wow, wasn't that fun?" Wasn't that the time of our lives? But right now, I don't feel that way. It's okay. It's all right. All right. Texas A&M winners last night, 9-5. A little bit of a surprise, I think, in Game 1 of the championship series. Tennessee decided to go with their opener last night, and for the second consecutive start in the College World Series, Stamos got an out, and then he was done.
Yep.
So today, Tennessee will have their guy Drew Beam going. Texas A&M will try and piece it together a little bit, but you get to do so with a 1-0 advantage in the championship series. Here's some Rob Anderson stats.
Love
from
Rob
last night.
Stats.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate this. So we have now had this will be the 21st year of the 3-game championship series.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here's how it's gone in the first 20 years. The Game 1 winner has won the series 2-0 9 times. 9 times.
9 times.
The Game 1 winner has won in 4 times.
Okay.
So 13 out of 20 times the Game 1 winner has won.
Has won a title.
Which is not that lopsided.
No, it's
7 times
Yeah.
that the Game 1 loser has come back and won the series.
Yeah.
And in this case, it'll be on Monday night. So Tennessee will have to win twice, and obviously they have to get it today.
So history is slightly in Texas A&M's favor based on this event, the championship
Correct.
series. Yeah. You're roughly, I know math is hard, but you're roughly like around a little bit more than a 60% chance of winning the whole thing after what you did yesterday.
That's good math.
Yeah.
That's good math.
Off the top of my head, I just did that, looked at my hand, and that's the number that came out. But that the tone, I mean, in every series, whether we're talking about a 7-game series, a 5-game series, or a 3-game series, we know if you can set the tone. And in a lot of those cases, you have a home court or home field advantages that you're working with here. I mean, this is a neutral site. And I know I was looking at one of the ticket sites yesterday.
Oh, boy.
And according to that, based on
ticket sites are enjoying themselves.
Oh yeah, they are. The area codes and the state itself would lead you to believe that it was a little bit more Tennessee heavy, but we've seen.
Yeah, I think it was close. Just getting a read on
as close as I think it's ever been.
Definitely in the championship series. I mean, you think about the last 2 years. It was heavy Ole Miss 2 years ago when everybody kind of migrated up. And I remember talking to Ole Miss fans a couple years ago.
Even Mississippi State just overwhelmed Vanderbilt
Mississippi State, yeah. And they were like, Ole Miss fans were like, yeah, here's the deal. They told us there was a party here, so we showed up. I don't really know anything about Ole Miss baseball, but this is a lot of fun. And so they told me it was going to be great, so we came up.
Yeah.
And so they overran the place. And then last year, LSU, that wagon,
that's its own thing.
They were, that was its own thing. So here we have, two programs that travel well, that are hungry for championships. They're in desperate need of championships at their individual schools. And they've really showed up here. So then it becomes like sort of this bidding war thing. I don't know which one's cooler. Like, I think I prefer the 50-50 split that we have right now. But man, it was cool when all that, all that powder blue was in the crowd and the red was in the crowd 2 years ago and the yellow and purple last year. That was a pretty cool sight.
It is cool because it looks like, hey, all of a sudden we have a home field for one of these teams. The Mississippi State one I'll never forget because I don't know about you. I was a little bit on, and this has nothing to do with the Whistler. Okay, I want to preface this by saying that I was on a little bit of Vanderbilt fatigue. I have so much respect for Coach Corbin and that baseball program. And hey, they've recruited in Omaha here too. So
they have
a lot of respect for what they've done.
Brandon Mike can attest.
That's true. Yes, that is a good point. He does bring up the
Cam Koschel.
Yes, Cam Koschel North South. But they've done a good job of building that program. It is what it is as far as a successful one. You expect them to be at least in contention for this, but when you've been in the championship series so often, at some point you want to see some new blood. And there's a little bit of Vanderbilt, buttoned up a little bit. And so then the good old boys from Mississippi, the good old boys and women from Mississippi State come in. They're just kind of like what you said about Ole Miss. They're having a party. They were going on for that first national championship. There was so much that was involved in not only their fans getting here, but also the way that they embraced, and I think in kind of Omaha embraced them. So by the time you got to that championship game, and they were in position to win that national title, and the amount of maroon and white that was in that stadium was so cool. And I found myself really pulling for them as well. LSU, you already know what you're going to get. I thought last year I was almost disappointed with Tennessee's turnout. Then I realized, you know what? They were there, but they were just overwhelmed by LSU fans. So, and I feel like I've seen way more Tennessee representation this year. And we saw it in the stands.
Rocky
Top, baseballs. We saw it a lot throughout this week of a lot of orange, and then I'll give A&M a lot of credit. I think if you were showing up to the stadium yesterday and even a little bit later on in the week, you saw a lot more maroon and a lot more of the 12th man representation too.
Well, this thing has changed a little bit. It's taken on a bit of a life of its own. I think Ole Miss was one of those schools. Mississippi State was one of those schools who kind of set the tone and say, hey, we got to take this over. Like the Jello shot thing is probably a part of it too. And now people view it as like a competition to come up here and see what happens. And I think what you're seeing too is, like I said, maybe not so overwhelming in those preliminary games. And then when you get to that championship series, it's a weekend. The first game's on a Saturday. Hey, we could take Friday off. We'll find a way up there. And then we'll spend money out of our butts for the championship series, which we appreciate.
Yeah, we do.
Shout out to the economy.
We do. Local economy, commerce. It's all good. I mean, these are the things that keep this event not only coming back, but thriving. Gary brought up a good point about the travel for both fan bases, too, with this new format. And not only having the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but having that Sunday matinee feel where, and this also goes old school when we used to have the CBS noon Saturday.
And we're on ABC.
I know we're on ABC today, but
on the radio.
Yes.
But on ABC.
But ABC, buddy.
Yes.
And you can get the game in its completion, and you could still theoretically make it back to the Knoxville area, the College Station area, and be ready for work tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a bit of a grind, but
it would be, but you could pull it off
as
opposed to a night game tonight where, okay, you're not coming back until at some point Monday. So it does. I like this format. I think for people like us, for you, myself, and Josh, who grew up here, and we remember the Saturday winner take all game at Rosenblatt Stadium when they had that game on CBS. This is a little bit of that feel too, with the national television and having that early, not necessarily a winner take all game if Tennessee has anything to do about it, but you could crown a national champion at the 1 o'clock hour on a weekend, which is very reminiscent.
That was what Ole Miss did 2 years ago, and Texas A&M will be looking to do the same today as we're live here at the Omaha Baseball Village. By the way, I mean, we're doing a show for the next 2 hours here, so send us your tweets if you have them. Josh is running out Happer Show, Nick Handley at Nick Handley 1620, at Connor Happer. You could send us your tweets there. Any topic alerts that you might have. Yeah. I'm also monitoring the YouTube stream. Hokey Skur says Vols roar back today and force Game 3. Go Vols! Yeah, the Vols have taken over the chat. Chat, what do you think? Yeah. That's what Hokey Skur is in on. He says ticket prices are insane. Bring back the 10-pack GA tickets.
So my wife and I were talking about that on the way here.
But there's nothing you could do like for this where it's these two fan bases and it's only these two fan bases. Like this is what normally happens during the championship series. It's two teams. The locals are sick of it. Like it's right. The locals aren't.
That's true.
They've experienced the College World Series the week before, and they're like, all right, great. All these people could come in and they could have their time. And then it turns into a real like Final Four-esque type of event rather than just something that's cool and it's in Omaha and the locals support it.
Yeah, and then it
becomes a true national event this weekend.
It's a fair point because the only time we'd really have to really broach that topic of ticket price, especially in GA, is if we start seeing a very large section vacant in GA, which we haven't.
Not happening.
When we start seeing that happen, then okay, we got to maybe look at how we're doing things when it comes to general admission, or when it comes to the out. I can't call it general admission anymore, right? We have to call it the outfield seats.
It is just the outfield seats.
The outfield seats. Yes. But
where you're burning alive today.
That wasn't so great, though, to get that book. When you'd get that book, you're like, all right.
Was. I could just toss them out. I could put them in Halloween baskets.
Yeah. It is.
If I wanted to.
For people who like nostalgia, here's an old book I had. It was great because you felt like you had College World Series tickets, even if you didn't have a definitive game or time or seat, but you had College World Series tickets. And I'm sorry, man, that was a bit of a status thing, too. If you had a book of tickets.
Of course.
Like,
somebody with a book?
Yeah, you got tickets to
somebody with a book.
Jeez.
Platt Cat writes in, favorite bet of the day for Game 2, your sports book of choice. Well, of course, our sports book of choice is the FanDuel Sportsbook, but I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet. I don't know. Maybe we could do that during the show today.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what we're looking at.
What's the over/under on Beam's innings? That's what I would be curious about.
Oh, you think he's going?
I'm thinking we're going 6 out of Beam.
Oh,
yeah, we're going to
think he's going deep.
We're going to quality start.
Well, okay. Well, we got time.
I'm trying to speak all this in existence because I picked Tennessee to win.
So Tennessee is 2.5 on the run line, minus 2.5 on the run line, and they are minus 245 on the money line. Yeah. So the books say
smart money saying that we're going to have a Game 3.
Let's see, Texas A&M to hit 1+ home run in the first inning plus 470. Ooh. Texas A&M and Tennessee to each hit 1+ home run in the first inning plus 1,500. Ooh. There's a lot of stuff that's available for you.
I'm fading that
with our friends from the FanDuel Sportsbook. So, all right, we're here for you guys. We got a lot of things that we're going to talk about today. Some of which is topical to baseball. Some of which is not. Like, I saw this one floating around. It's the NBA offseason. Mm-hmm. We're going to discuss this during the show today. How about this, Nick? Just go ahead and collect your thoughts on this.
Okay.
Until what age could you beat LeBron James in a game of one-on-one? Could you beat 9-year-old LeBron James? Could you beat 10-year-old LeBron James? Where does it stop?
Or do you got to wait till he gets in like his 60s?
You could go to 60-year-old LeBron James if you wanted to. Yeah. But like you could.
Then I'm going to be up there too.
Do a pre-prime number, obviously, or probably a pre-high school number.
Is this also in conjunction with possibly having LeBron's Space Jam 2 son?
Yes.
In Lincoln?
Is he committing? Is this a topic alert?
It seems like it's...
Are you announcing something?
I don't know this for a fact, but it sounds like everything's trending towards Nebraska. In fact, I believe he was leaving today. He got in on Thursday, and then I think he was leaving today or late yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Him and Tucci are on the same plane.
Yeah. Maybe he got a free bet.
So I think we could all beat 3-year-old LeBron James.
How old
Yeah.
am I in this scenario?
You are exactly what you are right now.
Okay, so 45-year-old Nick. Yeah, I feel good that I could take down pre-double-digit aged LeBron because I'd be able to just any miss. I'm Borden, and he's not. Gosh,
we don't have to do this. Just collect your thoughts.
Yeah,
We're gonna spend 15 minutes on this later in the show. Don't worry. As we're live from the Omaha Baseball Village, and we're joined today, as we always are, by the Drug Enforcement Administration. To learn about the dangers of fentanyl or to join in the fight against drugs, visit DEA.gov. And we're happy to have a hydration sponsor, very necessary on a day like today. It's Zen Water. Time for a hydration break, presented by Zen Water. Thirsty for a change. I'm Connor Happer. Nick Handley here from the Omaha Baseball Village. Josh Odson hanging out as well in front of Game 2 of the championship series. The Aggies with a chance to win a national championship. Woo, they're saying.
First since 1939.
They're gigging them all over the place here. We'll be here with you until 12:40. Come on back for more here on 1620 The Zone.
Experience the difference and save more when you shop at one of our 3 convenient Woodhouse Ford locations. And right now, it's more affordable than ever to get behind the wheel of a new vehicle when you visit a Woodhouse Ford dealership. Going on now, save up to $10,000 off MSRP on the 2024 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT with approved credit, $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer expires 7/08/2024. See dealer for details.
Take me out to the Rib Shack.
Take me out with the crowd.
Buy me some ribs, brisket, and some mac.
I don't care if I never get back. Let me eat at the Rib Shack.
In every bite, there's a win.
For it's 1, 2, 3 slabs you're in at the old Rib Shack.
Rib Shack Smokehouse, 108th and Q. When you shop local, you help strengthen our community. So if you need roof repair, gutters, siding, even windows, call local Pyramid Contractors. They're the #1 roofer in Omaha for more than a dozen years. Let Pyramid Contractors come and give you a free estimate. Give them a call at 402-502-9300. That's 402-502-9300. Or visit them online at pyramidroof.com. Never settle for less.
In the heart of the country is a children's hospital at the forefront of pediatric innovation, where teddy bears and coloring books meet leading-edge treatment and technology, where warm smiles and a human touch go hand in hand with tools like remote patient monitoring and robotic-assisted surgery, and where a committed team of healthcare providers believes innovation is best used to deliver better care for kids. Children's Nebraska. Believe in better.
Make the right call. John Higgins Weather Guard, the home of the roofery.
When it's time to replace or repair storm damage, make the right call. John Higgins Weather Guard, the local, trusted, and proven choice. No one has installed more DaVinci roofs, and there's a reason why John Higgins Weather Guard is the nation's leader. Community member, community supporter. Make the right call.
John Higgins Weather Guard, the home of the roofery. Make the right call.
The time between Memorial Day and Labor Day is known as the 100 deadliest days. Students are off for the summer, people are taking vacations, and the days are longer. It's a recipe for good times and long-lasting memories. Sadly, it accounts for 37% of Nebraska's traffic fatalities. Someone's waiting for you at a ball game, a party, or a wedding. Don't let a crash keep you away. Focus on driving. Brought to you by the Nebraska chapter of the National Safety Council and the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey everybody, it's Michael Smith for Ted and Wally's Premium Ice Cream. 2 locations in the old market right off of Jackson Street and also in Benson right next to Taste of New Orleans. You know, one of the toughest things about the summer is trying to figure out what you're going to do with the kids, right? You got to fill some time. It's a great time to go visit either one of the Ted and Wally's locations. Your kids are going to love getting some ice cream. You're going to love getting out of the house. It is a win-win for both of you. So whether you're going downtown and checking out the old market and getting you some ice cream or going to Benson and getting some Taste of New Orleans, stop by and tell them Severe sent you.
Twisted Thunder Fireworks is going to save you big money. You'll find the best variety and the lowest prices in the entire state of Nebraska. Don't believe us? See page after page of products and pricing online at twistedthunder.com, where you can watch everything before you buy and choose local pickup so it's ready to go for you at the tent. Go to twistedthunder.com to check out all of our locations in Nebraska as well as our location in Council Bluffs. That's twistedthunder.com.
Now back to the Men's College World Series special live from Omaha Baseball Village, powered by Children's Nebraska and Access Bank on 1620 The Zone.
All right, welcome back. Connor Happer, Nick Handley with you from the Omaha Baseball Village, which is powered by Access Bank. Here for a reason, yours, and by Children's Nebraska. It's also hour one of 2
and a half.
Of 3.
We'll
get into the third hour.
Do we? It's 12:40. That'd be 2.5.
Yeah, but we get into the third hour,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, you're right.
So 10 to
yeah,
11.
Yeah, we do get
11
we do
to
get
12,
into a third hour.
To,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. It's presented by Union Bank and Trust, where your money, where people don't have your money, rather your money has people. Member FDIC. The Stars were out last night in Omaha.
Yes, they were.
Dylan Raiola had that front row seat,
wearing a Skurs jersey.
So he was. So let's talk very in detail about young Dylon here real quick. So a Nebraska baseball jersey. He's got a baseball background.
Yep.
He gets it. He knows ball. And he was wearing the mock turtleneck, mock shirt underneath, but short sleeve. So they didn't go long. And also, so this is very significant stuff here. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've talked about this at all. He's a big fella now. So we're talking about, we're so scared that people are going to get hurt. He's a big guy. He could take some hits probably.
He kind of hovers between 6'3", 6'4".
Should
size lower half too.
Should we take guesses on what he is listed at on like when Nebraska releases like their first roster of the season?
So the
what they have him at right now.
I think they got him at 6'4", 220.
220?
I think.
I'm gonna say that is a little light. Let's see.
No, you know what? I think you're right. I think he might be closer to 240.
He is listed at 6'3", 220 right now.
Okay.
But I think he's probably closer to 235.
Yeah, 235.
Yeah.
I feel like when you've seen him too,
because
I'm just under 6'3". I feel like he's much taller than me. I feel like 6'4" is fine.
He's got a little bit more meat on the bones.
Yeah. A little bit better meat on the bones than what my 45-year-old self does. So,
hey, that's the guy. And I don't know if they showed him on ESPN last night, or if they put the Taylor Martinez graphic underneath his name.
No, but by the way, Adrian was here yesterday too.
Was he?
Yeah.
Did
Adrian
he get on TV?
I didn't see him on TV, but he was present in Omaha Baseball Village at one point.
Whoa.
Yeah, we didn't get him on or anything because
That's the UFL MVP.
Well, yeah, I felt like he was supposed to co-host one of these shows.
Really?
No, he was. But
Did we put in that request?
He was walking around. Yeah. Yeah, he's still on the payroll. So I don't know if was there an incentive in his deal with us that if you got UFL MVP that they bumped you?
Yeah, or you have an automatic out clause in there.
Yeah, you got the out clause that you can go ahead and turn down show requests because I believe he was probably on the schedule.
You become a free agent immediately when you win UFL
Now, when we
MVP.
get into Big Red overreaction, when we get into that schedule, that's a whole different story.
Watch out, we're going to be making some calls.
We are.
Some calls.
Yes, we are. But yeah, he was walking around too. So you had the old and the new.
Where's Taylor? Where's Taylor Martin? Where's Tanner Lee? Bring them all out.
Maybe if there was some more West Coast baseball representation here, maybe then Taylor would have came out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you get Cal State Fullerton.
This is another problem with West Coast baseball. The fact that they're not as good as they were, it keeps people like Taylor Martinez not interested in coming back to Omaha to watch the CWS.
I know
this is a problem.
That's definitely a part of the problem that we have right now. We're working on the game.
We need to have both of so they needed to do that, but have both of those guys, Adrian and Taylor, sitting next to each other at the CWS. Adrian can wear his Phillies jersey like he did the one time. I don't even care what Taylor wears.
It's a great jersey.
But then they have the graphic where they're both reversed.
For his app.
Yeah, for his app. That'd be fine.
Whatever it
is. And then
is.
Dylan's behind him like photobombing it with his mock turtleneck Nebraska jersey on too.
And we could just get they could all handshake each
other.
other.
Yeah, it'd be like a triple handshake.
We just have a picture forever.
Or just hands in, 1, 2, 3, Q.
Hey, Tony writes in, by the way, on the inbox here. CWS Finals Series. I think it's somewhat sad how Omaha's premier event has become so corporate and Final Four like. There are hardly any locals that are even attending the finals game anymore. IMO, this has really diminished this event, which used to be such a nice local family type of event for the city of Omaha, and ticket prices are unreal. So, Tony, like, here's the thing, and this is what we were talking about in the first segment. You really get you really get both. Like, the first part, the preliminary part of the College World Series, absolutely definitively still has that.
Yeah.
It is local. It is Omaha. You get that very local feel to it, where the locals outweigh the presence of any other fan base that was here. That was especially the case this year. And that hasn't been the case in all years. Maybe there's one that kind of takes over the entire thing, but I think that's relatively rare. And then when we get to this final, like, it's supposed to feel like a championship. It's supposed to feel like an NCAA event. So you get the best of both worlds when you have a series as long as this. And like it or not, guys, I mean, this is no longer a secret. The word is out. This is fun. The word is out to the rest of college baseball that this is fun. You've basically sent the word out to SEC people, and you've said they're doing a party up here in your guys' honor for like a whole 10 days. So whenever you can make it up there, they're happy to have you. We're so welcoming of our visitors, of course. Like, Tony, I'm with you. Like, it definitely has that vibe to it in the second, the second weekend, which we're in right now. But I think it's good. Like, we get a nice little spread of both, and I think this should be the environment in which you crown a champion, rather than, it's just a bunch of Omaha people who are here and they're gonna have a nice Father's Day out and it's a fun tradition. And let's go sit out there with, like, no, this is it's becoming, it gets more tense as we go along, and people are willing to spend money and come up here and use it on the College World Series. The secret's out, man. Like, this is good.
This is our choice too. I mean, let's be real for what Tony's saying. I totally agree, because, and I'll get to that part of just the one game championship as opposed to a series, but this is our choice as Omaha residents to either be a part of this weekend or not. And yeah, I get it. The tickets are what they are, and that's not going anywhere. But I mean, every event, when it comes to even minor league baseball, will have its more popular nights that get a little bit up in ticket price. Now, I'm not trying to compare it to the College World Series, but
I don't think I went to before I started being around this more in a professional way. I don't think that I went to very many championship series games.
The
I could probably
series,
count them on one hand.
Well, and it got kind of exhausting. Like,
you're not going just to go to the championship series. Right. You've already done that to this point.
Yeah,
so like, this is the way it's kind of always been.
My whole thing with the championship series versus the one game winner take all, to Tony's point, he's right. When you had the one game winner take all, and I brought this up when we were talking about our favorite College World Series memories, was 96 LSU walk-off Warren Morris over Miami. That did have the best of both worlds. You had a local element, whereas a lot of Omaha people that were still clamoring for tickets, yet you had a huge fan base like LSU. You even had the occasional Miami fan there. So you had both a national feel to it. You had the local feel to it. But remember how quick that College World Series went by. You started on a Friday, and then a week from that upcoming Saturday, it was over.
There wasn't much space for that.
Right. So, I mean, everybody didn't even have a chance to really get fatigued with it. I mean, by the time you got to that championship series on Saturday, I mean, you're like, wow, I feel like this thing just started. Then you fast forward to the championship series, what became a very drawn-out event, very long event. I think that fatigued a lot of the local fans, and so it also provided an avenue. When we think of the Final Four, you've got 3 games. So 3 games that they are going to really make that a very corporate event. They're going to jack up the prices. They're going to have the fan fest and everything. So they're going to be encouraging to all fans of college basketball, regardless if your team is represented or not, to come out here and check this out, because it's supposed to be that bucket list type of sporting event, especially if you're a college fan, but also to the host sites. Whether we're talking about Phoenix, whether we're talking about San Antonio, wherever, you're encouraging those residents to come out. But if you don't, that's on you. And the tickets are going to be expensive. Now, I would say this, though, about the Omaha College World Series fan, and I don't know if this has changed a whole heck of a lot. I think there's the diehard Omaha College World Series fan that will be here either on that first Friday tailgate or that first Saturday when it was on Saturdays. and they would be here. They have tickets, and they're going to just about every game. And once the championship series hits, they're good. They've got their fill,
Exactly.
and they'll step back a little bit. Then you've got the other fan, the Omaha College or the Omaha resident when it comes to the College World Series, that they'll go on occasion. Maybe they have a son or daughter they want to take. Maybe they do a Father's Day tradition, but they're not going to go to more than 2, maybe 3 games at the most, and that might be a lot. And then you have the third part of this of the Omaha resident that they understand what it is. They don't like crowds, so they stay away from downtown. That they don't really want anything to do with it, and they're fine. They're not going to complain about it. They just know that that's that week and a half that they will not come around downtown if they come around downtown, period.
There's
So those are the 3 people here in Omaha.
Something for everybody. And then even if it's not for you at all, you also have that option, of course. A couple comments here before we take another timeout. Jordan writes in, look at Nick bragging about being over 6 feet tall. Jeez. You're like, I think I'm about 6'3".
Well, I was trying to.
Dylan Raiola, me and him are kind of the same.
I was adding some scale. I was just trying to give people some scale to Dylan because, okay, would you agree with this? If you see him in person, you are taken back about how tall he actually looks in person, because I don't know what it is about him in highlights or when you see him, even from afar, if you have the spring game, he doesn't look that tall.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just don't know why. Maybe it's the hair. I don't even know. I can't even put my finger on why because it's there right in front of you. If you look at his bio, it says how tall he is. But when you look down on the field, he just doesn't seem that tall. But then you see him, you're like, oh yeah, he is.
I'm with you.
He's a big dude. I don't know why.
There's a presence to him, that's for sure.
So just
add some context.
I was trying to add some scale.
Hokisker writes in, tinfoil hat theory. Dylon plays quarterback and then rumbles as a middle linebacker on third down. 6'3", 235. Watch out. You could be the signal caller in the middle of that defense. You got options with this guy.
And it's his lower half, man. He's got some mass.
People thought that Heinrich Haarberg was going to be the best option to be the kind of, rover, play wherever type of guy.
Him.
How about Dylon?
Yep, we could bulldoze him. Maybe let him get through his freshman year and then sophomore year we'll do it.
With his mock turtleneck. Could be fun. All right, off and running once again. Well, I want to get to some more thoughts from Tony Vitello last night, who was asked kind of about the college game. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but the game was long last night.
Yes, it was very long.
Tony Vitello was asked about that in the post game. We went 3 hours and 56 minutes last night
for a game that wasn't 18-7 or anything.
And somebody asked him, "Hey, is that cool? Like, are you all right with that?" And he gave a pretty good reason why it's really not so bad, and we kind of deal with it as we go along. And we're playing for a championship, so we'll get into those thoughts during the show and many other topic alerts as well. We're here at the Omaha Baseball Village. And we're brought to you by the Omaha Henry Doorly Zoo and Aquarium, the #1 zoo in the nation. Visit omahazoo.com to plan your future and come by the zone booth of the bullpen inside Omaha Baseball Village and register to win a summer prize pack of tickets to the Henry Doorly Zoo, Royals tickets, and ice cream from Ted and Wally's for a year at 13th and Mike Fahey. You're going to want to get those Royals tickets now because they're fading fast. I'm not having a great time with this. This is one of the things. What is this?
Oh, hey.
Look at this. What a
All
great
right.
water bottle.
Yeah, I love
Thank
this.
you,
This is
sir.
cool.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. So
very good.
he wants special entry on the Max.
I got
Homer
it. Yeah.
bag.
Hey, we'll do our best.
We'll make a note of it.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
We'll call our people.
Connor Happer, Nick Handley, Josh Odson here with you from the Omaha Baseball Village before we get you off to the ballpark at 12:40 in front of Championship Series game number 2. More on that and, of course, other things as we continue on from OBV here on 1620 The Zone.
What is it that people say nowadays? Oh, go let your feet touch grass. In Sarpy County, Nebraska, we agree 100%. From Fontenelle Forest in Bellevue to Schramm Park in Gretna and the miles of bike and walking trails in between. There are also great outdoor concert venues like the Astro and Falconwood, even the outfield's berm at Warner Park. That'll sure do you some good. So get outside and experience everything. Click GoSarpy.com and experience Sarpy County.
At Rotella's Italian Bakery, they put unsurpassed product quality into everything they bake. Old world skill and experience are masterfully blended with modern efficiencies to create the delicious breads, rolls, hamburger and hot dog buns, and other specialty products that have delighted their customers since 1921. Combining customer satisfaction with uncompromising quality is their goal. Rotella's Italian Bakery, a century of pride in every slice. To see the full menu of products, visit rotellasbakery.com.
Upgrade your hydration this summer with Zen Water. Ultra pure, refreshing alkaline water. Zen Water transforms you with every quenching sip. Vapor distilled for ultra purity with the perfect blend of electrolytes added for taste. Zen Water is pure, elevated water. To learn more, visit zenwater.com. ZENWTR.com. And stop by your local retailer to find your Zen today.
He thinks bean counting is an iPhone app. He is the most uninteresting man in the world.
Hi, I'm Bob Berger. Don't just get your taxes done, get them managed. If you're tired of losing sleep over your business and personal taxes, you're ready to make more money, give us a call.
Call Berger, Elliott, and Pritchard CPAs at 402-551-1919 or visit bepcpa.com.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
To be a part of Nebraska Medicine
Hi, welcome.
is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska Medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors
How are you?
to growth and opportunity for each other and for our community.
That went really well.
For those who know that the academic experience,
You know what? I agree.
the life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Join us at nebraskamed.com/careers. Nebraska Medicine, together extraordinary.
Security equipment makes sure you're always safe at home. SEI gives you time to focus on what really matters. Whether it's your home or business, we protect life and property with all the latest Honeywell home and First Alert products by monitoring for security, fire, carbon monoxide, flood, and temperature. 24/7, 365. We provide peace of mind by connecting services like security, video, and automation in one system. Visit SEIsecurity.com to set up a free consultation. SEI is a First Alert Pro Residio Premier Partner.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Now back to the Men's College World Series special live from Omaha Baseball Village, powered by Children's Nebraska and Access Bank on 1620 The Zone.
Welcome back to the Omaha Baseball Village. Connor Happer and Nick Handley with you. We're powered by Access Bank, here for a reason. Yours and by Children's Nebraska. It's still hour one, and it's presented by Union Bank and Trust, where people don't have your money has people. Member FDIC. Topic alert. So, college football, Ohio State is basically your favorite to win the national championship.
Yes.
Did you happen to see any of the comments from Urban Meyer and Jim Tressel?
Oh, yes. And so, are they doing this on purpose?
This is my topic alert.
Are they doing this on purpose?
Do they hate Ryan Day? Do they hate? Because when coaches come out and they say, they have talent like I have never seen before.
Had.
And that's Urban Meyer, who is notorious for having some of the most talented teams that have ever existed in college football. He says, I don't think I've seen anything like that. So then if they don't win a national championship, then it becomes a gigantic disappointment.
Yep.
Things are boiling up for Ryan Day this year.
And Jim Tressel decided to shake Urban Meyer's hand on this one, too, and say, I won a national championship with Craig Krenzel.
People forget that.
People do forget that. But yeah, that both of them are saying that. So on the surface, you could look back and be like, man, they've got a lot of respect for Ryan Day and the staff that he's put together and the roster that he's put together. But when you know how extremely competitive coaches are and very prideful,
scan the code.
Get that bag, man. That bag is
so good.
Awesome. And I believe they're drawing tomorrow, whether there's a game or not. So you will be contacted.
All
yes,
right, that's huge.
I think that their coaches. Look, it's a profession just like professional athletes, where you are athletes in general. Where you're extremely competitive, and when somebody maybe challenges the greatness that you brought at either a certain program or if you're compared to a certain person, that they won't admit it, but that gets to them. And so, how do you start? You could either completely downplay Ohio State and what they're going to be, or you can just overly lean into it to where you're just, I mean, they're that damn good. So you know how hard it is to win a national championship. They're that damn good. If they don't do it, boy, that's kind of a disappointment.
When Ryan Day was at his house this week and he checked and he flipped on Twitter, he was trying to find Lou Holtz. And then he was like, all right, I think that quest is over now. Let me flip open Twitter. Oh, look, Urban Meyer and Jim Tressel, my predecessors, are saying things about my team. What do you think he thought?
Yeah.
What do you think his reaction was? Oh, God, that cannot be good for me.
That's not like Urban to do that. Wow, he's really he's getting overly gushy about my team. I feel like there is some type of agenda here. Wouldn't it have been funny?
It's amazing that this is the only thing that will, Ohio State, let me look at the national championship odds right now. So Georgia's plus 300, Ohio State's plus 420. Ohio State is like a shoo-in to be in the college football playoff.
Yeah.
A likely national championship contender, one of the most talented teams in the country. And you got the former coaches saying how talented they are, and basically the inference is, well, they don't win a national championship. Then what? Then what happens? And this has been boiling to this point for Ryan Day for a couple years. And so now we have this added component with Ohio State where it's like they haven't beat Michigan in a couple years. The pressure is building. Right. Now they have this great team to where it becomes easy. Like if they lose to Michigan this year, or if they don't win a national championship, it feels like something is going to happen there, which is incredible. It is perfectly made in a kettle for spontaneous combustion.
Yeah, right.
I'm excited.
Don't you always think it as if you're Jim Tressel or if you're Urban Meyer and you are the most recent national champion coaches at that institution, that means a lot to you. And so if someone joins the fray, I'm sure even Jim Tressel probably felt that a little bit when Urban Meyer was able to win one. But when that joins, you get one person that joins the fray there. There's probably a little bit of chipping away at the old pride, even though Ryan Day was one of Urban Meyer's guys. It doesn't always mean that you want to see. I know this sounds crazy. Like, come on, it's his dude. Of course he's rooting for him. Yeah, publicly he is. But internally, sometimes you're like, hey, I wouldn't mind being the last guy that wins a national title at Ohio State for a long time. So, yeah. And
we know how the Ohio State community feels about Ryan Day.
Yes.
I would say in a general sense.
It's all right. Now's the time. If you are going to prove that you are the coach, that when you look at that win-loss record, it is really, really impressive. But when you look at that win-loss record, there's some things there when it comes to those losses that we just do not accept, and that is losses to Michigan and not playing for a national title, even though they were right there against Georgia, who eventually wins it 2 years ago. So, I mean, it's not like everything about Ryan Day is factual or it is an accurate narrative, but you get it when you have the pressure cooker that is Ohio State and the way that they recruit and where they are in the Big Ten landscape, that it's okay to probably think bigger than what the realistic expectation should be.
Here's the other thing that it set up for, because I'm thinking, okay, how does he get out of this? Like, what is the scenario in which
if they don't win
in which either it doesn't end up in a national championship or it doesn't end up in utter disaster in some way, shape, or form? And what does my mind go to? Injuries.
Yeah.
But
injuries, and Chip Kelly just all of a sudden just goes rogue.
That doesn't matter either. Your quarterback gets hurt.
That
cool.
is
You
true.
got 2 more 5-stars sitting back there.
That is true.
Oh, you got the best player in the country sitting in the defensive backfield. We got the second
What
best
about that Aaron Nolan guy? All right, he's
as
supposed
well.
to be really good too.
It's
Nebraska started for true freshman.
There is no way out for Ryan Day.
Not.
You are going down this path, and it is leading you somewhere. But there are no other forks in the road. There's no exit ramp. whatever happens at the end of this year is the final state of what happens to you at Ohio State.
And it's going to be great at some point.
You either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yep. And in the next month, this is where you mentioned him, and it'll come full circle where all of a sudden Lou Holtz will just accept, like, that's a good. They're a good football team. I never had that type of good football team at the University of Notre Dame.
They're not tough.
They're even tougher than I ever gave them credit for. So if they don't win,
that'd be funny.
If they don't win national championship, then I don't know about Ryan Day. Maybe
awesome.
he's not the right man for the University of Ohio State.
If Lou Holtz went on a show, went on Fine Bomb this summer, and was like, you know what? This is the best team I've ever seen.
I had an about-face moment there, Paul. I tell you what. That's a good football team. That's the best football team I've seen in over a decade.
I'm excited to see where this ends up. I get to just watch for afar. Like, it's almost funny because they're in the Big Ten, but it's not like, they're in the same worlds. I know Nebraska and Ohio State play each other this year, but they're almost not even in the same world. So we just get to watch from afar. And the Big Ten's going to get 3 teams in the playoff anyway. So if you're worried about units or whatever,
at some point I can understand the Ryan Day part of this, because there was a standard at one point where Nebraska was winning a lot of games, but it was the games that mattered that they didn't win. Now, it's still a little bit different situation than what Ohio State's in this year. But I'm trying to imagine a world where Bo Pelini brought in a really good Nebraska team one year, and Tom Osborne said, "This is they're better than any of the teams that I ever had. This team is just stat. Could you ever see Tom Osborne doing that? No, he did that. So I know people think, well, they're not trying to set him up for failure. They're just giving their honest opinion. And isn't that what we want to hear from the former coaches? Yeah, but you got to realize when you say things like that, given the type of teams that Urban Meyer and Jim Tressel had, when you're saying that, there's really no bright side or upside to saying something like that already exists with this team.
Here's the other thing I love from a narrative perspective. I love that Will Howard's their quarterback. I don't think he's that good.
Well, I don't either.
I don't think he's that good, but obviously his stats will look he probably won't throw an interception until week 11 this year.
Well, okay, here's a good question about that then. If
he doesn't take them to the next level, when we're talking about teams that are all on that same plane from a talent perspective, and maybe Ohio State's like a half step up this year from everybody else, the difference is whether your quarterback can make plays. It's not the difference in any other. Will Howard will be the quarterback of Ohio State this year and go 11, win 11 games without even blinking. It'll be easy for him. But in those other 3, in those other 4, they're going to need a quarterback to do some stuff.
Well, and you asked that question, okay, if this wasn't to happen for Ohio State, what is essentially what's the exit there? And you said injuries. Well, there's also that idea of, okay, what if Will Howard is this whole expectation and just this whole situation he's in, he's overthinking it and he gets out of his head.
Can't wait.
How quick of a hook are you going to have on Will Howard if you're Ryan Day? That's what I'm curious about.
I can't wait till the panic moves show up.
Because you can't afford to let him figure it out.
No.
You've got to win games, and especially in big games, if he is underperforming, how quickly do you move on to the next one if Will Howard isn't the guy?
Can't wait to find out. This is very exciting. What a beautiful kettle of emotions.
We're a month away from Big Ten Media Days
at Ohio State. 1620 The Zone, joined today by Pyramid Contractors, craftsmanship at its finest. And you can come by the Zone booth inside the Omaha Baseball Village and register to win ice cream for a year from Ted and Wally's. Ted and Wally's, the official ice cream of 1620 The Zone, celebrating more than 35 years with over 3,000 flavors. Benson and the Old Market in Omaha. Connor Happer, Nick Handley, Josh Odson with you from the Omaha Baseball Village. We're here till 12:40. We can continue on this discussion, get your guys' thoughts, and, of course, get you ready for some baseball today. All coming up from OBV on 1620 The Zone.
Experience the difference and save more when you shop at one of our 3 convenient Woodhouse Ford locations. And right now, it's more affordable than ever to get behind the wheel of a new vehicle when you visit a Woodhouse Ford dealership. Going on now, save up to $10,000 off MSRP on the 2024 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT with approved credit, $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer expires 7/08/2024. See dealer for details.
We are excited to announce the grand opening of Saul's Jewelry and Loan's new downtown location. It's a Saul's shopping experience like you've never seen in this beautiful, historic location. And of course, we brought in tons of new inventory, amazing jewelry finds at our famous best in town prices, motorcycles, tools, bikes, guitars. And as always, get a cash on the spot loan from $10,000 to $50,000. Everything you've come to expect from Saul's in our new location. 22nd and Harney, downtown Omaha, Saul's Jewelry and Loan.
The Pinnacle Bank Championship presented by Woodhouse is back. And you don't want to miss a second of Omaha's biggest golf tournament of the year. Join us August 5th through the 11th to catch the action as players battle their way towards the PGA Tour. Plus, enjoy events like RSM Youth Day, the Patriot Outpost, and the Live and Loud Concert Series. Secure your tickets today at thepinnaclebankchampionship.com/tickets.
Curveballs belong in baseball, not your bank. When you choose Access Bank for your personal or commercial banking needs, you'll know what to expect every time. Personalized all-in-one service from experts who know banking and the Omaha Metro. Access Bank has convenient branch locations and easy online solutions. Because we're here for a reason, to make your experience a home run. Learn more at accessbank.com. Member FDIC.
Our car radio is like a rookie pitcher quitting in the 7th inning.
Yeah, and now it's the bottom of the 9th. The AC's out and the transmission's throwing wild pitches.
So I was checking out car loans from Liberty First Credit Union. Applying looks like a home run with rates as low as 4.99% APR.
It's game time.
Step up to the plate with a Liberty First Credit Union auto loan. Equal opportunity lender. 48-month term for 2022 and newer models. Credit factors apply. Rates, terms, and conditions subject to change.
Why wait for your perfect landscape when Patera can get it booked now and installed in plenty of time to enjoy this summer? Gorgeous, healthy trees and bushes, a colorful garden with a water feature, a berm, a beautiful new patio. Whatever you're imagining for curb appeal or more privacy, Patera can book your project now so you can enjoy your perfect landscape and cookouts this summer. Patera, Omaha's best. PateraLandscaping.com.
If you want a perfect landscape, call Patera.
When you shop local, you help strengthen our community. So if you need roof repair, gutters, siding, even windows, call local Pyramid Contractors. They're the #1 roofer in Omaha for more than a dozen years. Let Pyramid Contractors come and give you a free estimate. Give them a call at 402-502-9300. That's 402-502-9300. Or visit them online at
PyramidRoof.com. Never settle for less.
Velocity Clinical Research in Omaha frequently conducts clinical trials for a broad range of investigational treatments. Velocity is currently seeking participants to wear a Fitbit watch for 31 days with compensation of up to $200. Some other current studies includes low T, COPD, flu, pediatric, infant, and RSV. They also perform vaccine studies for people of all ages. See current trials at velocityclinicaltrials.com, compensation for study-related time and travel, and find out more at velocityclinicaltrials.com.
Now back to the Men's College World Series special live from Omaha Baseball Village, powered by Children's Nebraska and Access Bank on 1620 The Zone.
Connor Happer, Nick Handley, Josh Johnson with you from Omaha Baseball Village, rounding out hour number 1. We'll meet you in the ballpark at 12:40, Tennessee and Texas A&M. The Aggies playing for a national championship today. Tennessee living to fight another day. We're powered by Access Bank, here for a reason, yours, and by Children's Nebraska. Hour 1 is presented by Union Bank and Trust, where people don't have your money has people. Member FDIC. I was looking up during the break to just piggyback quickly off of our Ohio State conversation. Ohio State, if you just pull up college football playoff odds, not to win, just to make it, minus 650.
Yeah, you gotta pay a lot to get a very little for it.
I love
that sweet action right there. It
You
tells you
might as well make it minus 2 million
Yeah.
and just put pressure. Like, just add to the pressure cooker that's going on.
anything shy of some type of world disaster, they're in the playoff.
It's amazing.
Is what they're telling us.
So the teams that are, by the way, minus money: Ohio State, Georgia, Oregon, Texas, Notre Dame, Penn State, Ole Miss, and Michigan. God, can I do Michigan to not make the playoff? That would be great. Am I going to get plus money on that?
You will. The Michigan thing, and you saw the ESPN Power Rankings coming out this last week. Michigan was number 5, Oregon number 6. How much of that is on reputation?
All of it.
Because Sharon Moore.
I think they'll be good. They'll be.
Oh yeah,
they'll
I'm
be
not
good.
going to say like they're going to be a bunch of bums, and they've still got a pretty good defense. But you got one offensive lineman returning. You don't know who the hell your quarterback is going to be.
At the same, I mean, you can, if you're Michigan, let's see what their schedule looks like. Obviously, they play Texas in the non-con. They get USC early. They go to Washington. They play Oregon. And then they play Ohio State at the end of the season. Like, if you go 10-2, I mean, you're probably still going to make the playoffs. So, maybe I should think differently about that. Like, they're just not going to win the national championship this year. But at the same time, our college football playoff conversations probably have to evolve a little bit because guess what? It's not that hard to make the college football playoff anymore. It's 12 teams.
Yeah, and it's the third team from the Big Ten is the one that you have to look at right now. And this is where you do talk about the Penn States, the Michigans of the world. And is there even another team that we can throw into that mix of a potential other option as that third team? I don't think that's USC.
So
I definitely don't think it's
including?
Washington. So I obviously got the two ones that I think are, well, first of all,
Ohio State and Oregon.
Are favored the most. And then you're looking at the third team. I would say Penn State or Michigan are those next two that you would consider.
Okay. Can we get
after that? I don't think
get
USC's
somebody
there.
to jump in from the
That's what I'm wondering.
USC, Iowa, Nebraska, Wisconsin group?
That's the question. Who would be the most likely out of that group?
Well, I think
if USC could play just a lick of defense, maybe.
We're basically looking in that case for like a Big Ten West winner, right?
Yeah.
Can you win 10 games? Is your schedule easy enough? And can you rip off like one big one? I got to tell you, Nebraska fits the profile. I don't think they're going to be in the playoff this year.
Do they fit the profile
they fit
more
the profile
of
from a
the
schedule
roster
standpoint
schedule?
because
Okay,
they
you
look
said
the
the key
same
part there.
as Iowa and Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But
they
fit the profile
from a
a
schedule standpoint, and where we think maybe their offense is trending compared to what Iowa already has as a defense, but where their offense, you still cannot put a lot of stock into that.
1620 The Zone, joined today by the Drug Enforcement Administration to learn about the dangers of fentanyl or to join in the fight against drugs. Visit DEA.gov.
I love our DEA people. They're awesome.
Heck yeah.
They're awesome.
Connor Happer, Nick Handley, Josh Odson with you. Hour one complete. Back for more on 1620 The Zone.
We're excited to announce the grand opening of Saul's Jewelry and Loan's new downtown location. It's a Saul's shopping experience like you've never seen in this beautiful, historic location. And of course, we brought in tons of new inventory, amazing jewelry finds at our famous best in town prices, motorcycles, tools, bikes, guitars. And as always, get a cash on the spot loan from $10,000 to $50,000. Everything you've come to expect from Saul's in our new location. 22nd and Harney, downtown Omaha, Saul's Jewelry and Loan.
You don't have to wait for your perfect landscape. Patera Landscaping can book your project now and have it beautifully installed in time to enjoy this July and August for cookouts and get-togethers. Trees, bushes, colorful gardens, water features, patios, outdoor kitchens. Patera Landscaping can do it all. Call today and have your perfect landscape this summer. Patera voted Omaha's best. PateraLandscaping.com.
If you want a perfect landscape, call Patera.
Oscar's Pizza and Sports Grill is West Omaha's headquarters for specialty pizzas and award-winning char-buffed wings. Enjoy games on their updated video and audio system and huge LED wall. Their main location on 173rd and Center is the perfect place to beat the heat with family and friends for the college baseball tournament. They also have a second carry-out location at 162nd and West Maple Street, featuring the same great pizzas and wings. Oscar's Pizza and Sports Grill, home of the Big O Pizza and award-winning char-buffed wings.
An estimated 80% of Americans aren't getting their recommended daily amount of physical activity. It's time to move and keep moving, America. And when you need help, physical therapists and physical therapist assistants are by your side. Be your own champion. Choose more movement. Choose better health. Choose physical therapy. Find out more information and a physical therapist at choosept.com/NE. Brought to you by the American Physical Therapy Association of Nebraska.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
Upgrade your hydration this summer with Zen Water. Ultra pure, refreshing alkaline water. Zen Water transforms you with every quenching sip. Vapor distilled for ultra purity with the perfect blend of electrolytes added for taste. Zen Water is pure, elevated water. To learn more, visit zenwater.com. ZENWTR.com. And stop by your local retailer to find your Zen today.
Your home for the Men's College World Series is 1620 The Zone. KOC and Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. Sponsored by Lanahaw Nurseries, 192nd and Center. This hour of the Men's College World Series special on 1620 The Zone is presented by Nebraska Medicine. Nebraska Medicine, together extraordinary. 1620 The Zone is live at the Omaha Baseball Village, powered by Access Bank. Here for a reason, yours and Children's Nebraska. Here are your hosts for today's broadcast, Connor Happer and Nick Handley on 1620 The Zone.
Hour 2 presented by Nebraska Medicine, together extraordinary. And come by the Zone booth at the bullpen inside the Omaha Baseball Village and register to win a summer prize pack of tickets to the zoo. Have you been to the zoo? KC Royals tickets and ice cream from Ted Wally's for a year, 13th and Mike Fahey. I went to Ted and Wally's a couple nights ago.
Did you see the 30,000 flavors?
There was so many flavors, I
Yep.
could hardly contain it. But guess what I did? Because I was overwhelmed by the flavor choices.
You made a panic decision?
No, it was a great decision. Maybe a panic decision, but a great decision. I got a malt.
Oh, yes.
Josh
Good
is
for you.
excited about my malt choice.
Malts are, I haven't had a.
What do you guys think?
a
How do
good
we
malt in
feel
a
about
while.
malts
Are
in
we-
here?
Are we pro malts? Okay, we're getting some thumbs up.
Yeah,
All right, pro
exactly.
malts.
Thank you.
We
That's,
just, we
that's
don't
just
think-
because he's a Texas A&M. No.
Oh no, he gave you a hard pass. Hard pass on that one. Malts are just something that I think when like someone like you, Connor, tells me that they had a malt, I'm really excited for you. And then I'm thinking,
Thank you.
and then I'm thinking, I'm going to go do that, and then I just carry on with life.
Well,
and then I forget to do it and think about how good of a that sounds right now, and how I was very envious that you had a malt.
I can't
and
believe
I could
you
do
forget about a malt.
But I forget about a malt. Then I get all cuckoo for the
Well,
big
that's what
league
happens.
the big league chew flavor gum.
You go in
and
there
stuff.
and you get excited about all the flavors. They
Yes.
were doing a cosmic brownie flavor in
Yeah.
there. They were they were just grinding up cosmic brownies into ice cream. I'm like,
well, I
this
gotta
is
have
very,
that.
very exciting. But guess what? Nothing wrong with a good old malt.
You know
Good
what?
old malt. With
So
the
you're
malt, whatever, the malt powder.
You're
you
the
know?
type of player that most coaches would really like on the road, because all the
I keep it
distractions
easy.
going on, all of those different things that are trying to
Thank
make you
Good
lose
scout.
your focus.
Good scout.
You're like, nope, I know exactly what I'm here to
And
do.
when you do
ain't
like-
nothing going to take me off of that path.
And when you do like a group order, everybody's getting food or something like that.
Yep.
And there's always the one guy who's like, I can't eat anything because I don't like cheese and I don't like meat and I don't like whatever. And I understand we have certain people with dietary restrictions,
Sure,
whatever.
sure.
But guess what? I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be that guy.
Yeah.
Just give me whatever everybody else is getting. Give me a good sandwich and I'm fine with
I'm
it.
pumped that you can avoid all, because I'm that way at pretty much every ice cream place, because you have an idea of what you maybe want to get, but then you see that them throwing a new summer flavor at you, or they're featuring this. You're like, damn, that just sounds good. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to do that, as opposed to, wait a minute. No. I came in with a plan. I'm deviating from that plan. No, I'm not. And you didn't do that. Good for you.
I would never. Poll question up at Happer Show. Malts? ? Yes or no? Got one response already from Dylan.
Is it a hell yeah?
Malts specifically and other things with malts in them. Yes.
Oh, okay.
What do you
Well,
mean other
I
things
don't
with
know.
malt in them?
Malted
Do you put malt stuff in other things?
Well,
I've never heard of such a thing.
You could have.
Dylan, we need more on this.
Malt liquor, malted hops.
Okay.
I think I know where Dylan's going.
Okay.
And I think he's on a good path there too.
Charles writes in, Shani, I like to top off my worders with a nice malt. I assume that's how he wrote it.
Yep, that's how it's supposed to sound. You did very well. Yep.
Hey, I have a question for you. So the Texas Fighting Aggies have been sent off from their hotel for the 14,000th time this week. Would you get sick of a send-off after 14,000 times? Would you want to just, if you were a Texas A&M baseball player or a Tennessee baseball player, would you just want to go down, hop on the bus without all the fanfare one time?
Honestly, yeah.
I think I would too.
Honestly, yeah, I would.
While
they'll never say that publicly.
The camaraderie is great. We love that the fans are at the hotel and the families are at the hotel. It's fantastic. But if I was a player, I'd be like, look, man, I just want to get my coffee and I want to get on this bus and take the 5-minute ride over the stadium and start taking BP and win a national championship. I don't want to talk to you guys today. Sorry.
So when you're at that part of the team meeting where you're going over the itinerary and Jim Schlossnagle says, all right, guys, and then as we're leaving the hotel, the fans are going to give a sound off and you hit the collective. Oh, hey, now. I understand, but this is what we got to do. These people are here for you. They support you. They help you get that name, image, likeness too. So I know. We just got to do it, all right? That's
Many of the coaches this week have talked about the various obligations that they, even though there's been, I mean, both of those teams had what amounts to 2 days off, even though they're not off.
Yeah.
They have stuff to do. But all the coaches have talked about, like, just sort of, we're just getting dragged to kind of one thing or the other.
Yeah.
It is a
while
real,
recruiting still, too.
While meeting with people on Zoom in the portal or host, whatever they might do. It is a real. That is
the biggest glove I've ever seen in my life. A big batting glove too.
What is going on with?
Look at the size of that batting glove and that glove.
Do we need to get the? Wow. What's going on here? I don't know what's going on.
This is wow.
That's a big glove.
It's a big glove. Yeah, it's funny because it's
All
a big
right,
glove.
Here we go. What's going on?
Can we see this?
What?
Oh my gosh. It's heavy.
Take a picture, Josh, with big glove. Put it on.
All right.
Nick Handley still couldn't make a play in the alley.
Able to make that catch right there.
That is a. Now, does it have the inches on there?
I mean, you could fit probably 5. But
all right.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
That is awesome.
All right, so you're just the guy with the big glove? Yeah, I just carry the big glove.
You just carry the big glove around?
He's been collecting big gloves. Oh,
okay. So that. Oh, okay, I got you. That is something to have right there.
All
Where
right.
did you even get that? Okay.
He's got he's
and the big batting glove as
time.
well. That's awesome.
Look at that. And there's the picture. If you want to see what we're talking about, at Happer Show on Twitter, there's Nick with the giant glove.
That is crazy.
Kavaris Tears would still be better than you chasing balls down into the gaps, but that's okay. This would help a little bit.
Yes.
Even though, as we know now, you're 6'3".
It was a flex. No, it wasn't a flex. It's just a number to me. It's a number to me. All right, come on.
It's just a number. Also, I have one more question to ask about Texas A&M before we take a break here. What do we got going on?
Okay.
Wow.
Very
What
cool.
did he have there?
Just everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a collector of things.
Very, very cool.
I love this. This is amazing. Oh, look at that. Like the old school gas pump.
Yeah.
That's cool. Look at this.
Okay,
Just a collector of things. What can we give him to collect? I don't know. We don't have many collector's items anymore. We ran out. We ran out of our little soft, foamy baseballs and stuff like that. I have one more question about Texas A&M before we take a break here. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for the content.
That's awesome.
I appreciate
Thank you.
that. Have you ever sawed them off? You know what that means? You know when they're sawing them off?
Well, I mean, I know what it means in baseball. When it's more of a
it's
wooden
not
bat
that.
theory.
That's not what they're talking about.
Sawing them off. Just
they're talking about sawing. They do
chop them down.
They do a little dance with their leaders. And
yeah.
That's what they were doing at the send off.
The sawing them off.
If
you would have told me like it's a sawing off, like it's like a battle cry, like sawing them down, sawing them off.
That's
like,
exactly right.
Yeah.
So what I've learned here is that I don't know anything about what they do.
Why can't Gig'em just be the thing?
We ought to go on like some sort of a tour and just. I mean, this is kind of.
Should we have been at the send off?
We
probably should have been at the send off.
We got to go to some sort of tour.
Let's go to a send off.
Just get a sense of what they're doing down there. Because I think
we got to get ourselves embedded with a team for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like just a day in the life.
Right.
Can you imagine the content?
We're doing a story here, guys.
Yeah. We get to be a part of the send off, and then we get behind the group as they're leaving. So then we get to be like actually in the send off too.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll do our best. Thank you for being here.
Yippee says Texas A&M is weird and I don't like them. Thoughts?
I mean, they're unique. They do things different than what most schools do when it
They're
comes to
making Tennessee
celebrating.
seem like the normal team.
I know. Congratulations, universe! You've won again.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm with Josh though. I would love to do 24 hours, whether we're in College Station or you got to just kind of go through
Haven't
a
you always wanted to
championship
do
setting.
a College Saturday in the
Yes.
SEC?
Oh yeah, I have.
I've never done it, but I
But it's not even necessarily from their standpoint. Going to the state, going to Kyle Field and watching a game. I want to know more about all of the different traditions. The sawing them off, every little thing.
I want to be an Aggie for a day. Like
an Aggie for a day.
I go to a restaurant and I ask the chef. I say, what are you making? What's good? Make me whatever you'd like.
Exactly.
That's like me going into enter SEC town here. Yeah. What's good?
What do I do? You tell me.
Yeah, you go ahead and hook me up today.
What do I need to walk away knowing about
Take
this
me
whole
where
experience?
I need to go. And that's what we do when we welcome all these fine folks into Omaha every year. We say, I know people are going to tell you, people from out of town are going to tell you got to go to this steakhouse. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
Right.
Have you been to the zoo? You're going to ask people. Have you been to the pedestrian bridge? Look at that Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Are you hot?
Mm-hmm.
Or did you bring your sunscreen? And then all the Texas people will say, no, I am not hot. This is normal.
I know. Everybody walking in when we were kind of talking about how steamy it was going to be today. We got a couple looks from SEC fans, from Tennessee and Texas A&M fans. So,
it is quite the competition every year. Well, where us Omahans are like, you joined us at the right time. It's 150 degrees and there's no reprieve from the sun and the heat whatsoever. And then the people from the South are like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you come down Why don't you come down in August for a little while?
Hell, they're like, come on down in October.
Go Tennessee, bro.
Whoa!
Oh, we got some baseballs in there. By the way, we learned yesterday the true Tennessee fan is more partial to baseballs over Oma balls.
Really?
Yeah, they said you can call us Oma balls if we win a national championship, but right now we just prefer baseballs.
The Oma thing really took off.
Yeah, we got the Oma Hogs.
Is that how it started?
I think so. The Oma Hogs thing became it was almost too perfect. And then, now you got the baseballs. And I was trying to really push I wasn't trying to push it, but I figured if we had Oma balls, I went Oma Ags, which is not really good.
I don't think so.
No, it's not really good.
I don't think so. We just have to go look at the various shirts and what they say at any given year. All right, let's take a quick break here. We're at the Omaha Baseball Village. You can come by the zone booth inside the Omaha Baseball Village and register to win ice cream for a year from Ted and Wally's, as we mentioned before. And 1620 The Zone's hydration sponsor is Zen Water. Time for a hydration break presented by Zen Water. Thirsty for a change. We'll take a quick timeout. Connor Happer, Nick Handley, Josh Hodson with you from OBV. Various luminaries dropping by, saying hello, telling us about their traditions and things of that nature. We're under 2 hours away from Game 2 of the championship series between Texas A&M and Tennessee. Back for more from OBV next on 1620 The Zone.
Hey everybody, it's Michael Smith for Ted and Wally's Premium Ice Cream. Now that we got through the spring and we're in the summer, what's better for summer than ice cream? I always say, get yourself a bucket load. Now I know they don't sell it by the buckets at Ted and Wally's, but they do sell it by the pint. They do sell it by the half gallon. All you got to do is call ahead to get yours reserved today. And so many flavors. Go on social media, whether it's Facebook or on Twitter, and they have a list of the day's ice creams for both locations. That's in the old market, of course, and in Benson. Swing by there, get yourself some great ice cream this summer, and tell them Severe sent you.
To be a part of Nebraska medicine
Hi, welcome.
is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska Medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors that open doors.
How are you?
To growth and opportunity, to advancement and impact, to extraordinary teamwork.
That went really well.
Together, for each other and for our community. Because within the doors of Nebraska medicine,
Good to see you.
we welcome your curiosity, value your voice,
Dr. Richards, what do you think?
and partner with you to chart your path to do the extraordinary. Together.
You got this.
This is our commitment we never take for granted. Because when you open the doors
Let me get that.
to Nebraska medicine, you open yourself to an academic experience, a life experience, an extraordinary team experience beyond what you can get anywhere else. And that's exactly why here is where you belong.
Ready?
Nebraska Medicine. Together, extraordinary. Join us at nebraskamed.com/careers.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
And we're back live, and what a beautiful day here at the park. Just listen to that crowd. Excitement's in the air. They've come to see the best of the best from all over the globe in what's been a fan favorite for nearly 130 years. That's right, it's all at Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium, the #1 zoo in the nation. Be sure to swing by between games and check out our newly reimagined Hubbard Orangutan Forest. Plan your visit at omahazoo.com.
Twisted Thunder Fireworks is going to save you big money. You'll find the best variety and the lowest prices in the entire state of Nebraska. Don't believe us? See page after page of products and pricing online at twistedthunder.com, where you can watch everything before you buy and choose local pickup so it's ready to go for you at the tent. Go to twistedthunder.com to check out all of our locations in Nebraska as well as our location in Council Bluffs. That's twistedthunder.com.
Why wait for your perfect landscape when Patera can get it booked now and installed in plenty of time to enjoy this summer? Gorgeous, healthy trees and bushes, a colorful garden with a water feature, a berm, a beautiful new patio. Whatever you're imagining for curb appeal or more privacy, Patera can book your project now so you can enjoy your perfect landscape and cookouts this summer. Patera, Omaha's best. PateraLandscaping.com.
If you want a perfect landscape, call Patera.
Curveballs belong in baseball, not your bank. When you choose Access Bank for your personal or commercial banking needs, you'll know what to expect every time. Personalized, all-in-one service from experts who know banking and the Omaha Metro. Access Bank has convenient branch locations and easy online solutions. Because we're here for a reason, to make your experience a home run. Learn more at accessbank.com. Member FDIC.
In the heart of the country is a children's hospital at the forefront of pediatric innovation, where teddy bears and coloring books meet leading-edge treatment and technology, where warm smiles and a human touch go hand in hand with tools like remote patient monitoring and robotic-assisted surgery, and where a committed team of healthcare providers believes innovation is best used to deliver better care for kids. Children's Nebraska. Believe in better.
Now back to the Men's College World Series special live from Omaha Baseball Village, powered by Children's Nebraska and Access Bank on 1620 The Zone.
Welcome back. Hour 2 presented by Nebraska Medicine, Together Extraordinary. And we're joined today by Pyramid Contractors, craftsmanship at its finest. That is Pyramid Contractors. Email from Ross, Ohio State Ross.
Oh, yeah.
We
were talking Ohio State. Does he got a take on Herbs and Jim?
We sent out the bat signal on Ohio State talk earlier, and so I was wondering if Ross would catch wind of this. And guess what? We put the
people got back to him.
We put the net out there, and we got a Ross. You guys really don't know what you're talking about with Ohio State. LOL. So much silliness that I don't even have time to respond to all of it. How many games have you seen Will Howard play? How many in Chip Kelly's offense? Did you read the anonymous Athlon coach quote? So let's answer those questions one by one. How many games have I seen Will Howard play? I would say in excess of 10. In excess of 10. Somewhere around 10. Not complete football games, but I've seen Will Howard play around 10 football games.
I'm probably close to that. I actually enjoyed watching him, especially when he took over for Adrian that year that they won the Big 12 championship game. I was really high on Will Howard. Then last year, a little bit of back and forth, a little up and down. I probably watched at least more than half of his games a year ago. So, yeah, I'm probably close to the 9-10 range.
How many games have I seen Will Howard play in Chip Kelly's offense? That'd be zero.
That would be
Nobody
zero.
has ever seen that, actually.
Nope.
So that just to answer, I just wanted to get a baseline of where we're at.
Yeah.
Did you read the anonymous Athlon coach quote? I did, but I don't remember what it said about Ohio State.
Yeah.
I assume it meant they're really
good.
They're really talented.
They've got everything lined up for them. I remember going through all of these, and I also remember, and you might have had a similar take or maybe a different take.
Let's see.
They were relatively positive all across the board. Like, remember when Nebraska was
don't get us wrong here. Ohio State is going to be so good.
Yeah,
Ohio State is going to be so good. I'm just saying there is a gigantic pressure cooker that exists right now.
And Urban Meyer and Jim Tressel did not help it by saying, yep, this is the best team we have ever seen, including our time at Ohio State. Or I believe Urban Meyer was even thrown in his time at Florida.
Here's what it says about Ohio State on the anonymous coaches.
Or Utah.
It's not national title or bust, but it's certainly beat Michigan or bust, and the expectation is always to win the league. This is maybe the most talented roster Ryan Day has had since he took over.
It is.
Will Howard doesn't have to be special. He just has to be smart. That signing didn't turn heads in the way some of the other flashier portal quarterbacks might have, but all he has to do is manage and distribute. They're absolutely stacked at other positions. I assume that's the one he was talking about.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
None of that is false.
I absolutely 100% agree with that anonymous coach's analysis.
Mm-hmm.
However, like I said, when you are in the playoff and you are trying to win a national championship and you're playing against teams that are in that league, everyone expects Ohio State to destroy everybody else in the country.
Mm-hmm. To look the part.
The teams that they're going to look the same as, which is probably to an extent Oregon, we're talking Georgia, maybe to an extent Alabama. Like, there's very few teams that are on their plane at all. What I'm saying is when you get in those games and they're close, you're going to need somebody to make plays because everything else is even. And usually it comes from the quarterback position. And so that's where I bring Will Howardness into question. That's all. I think they're going to be so good. You don't understand. They're going to be so good.
Yes. I think we're on the same page there. And I think everybody that knows something about college football understands there's going to be a very high expectation, but it's warranted for Ohio State, the way that they've built that roster, what they've done in the transfer portal. And also, having Chip Kelly just sit there in the lab, not having to worry about head coaching things. He can sit in the offensive lab and create. But to your point about the quarterback play, and at some point you get into games where a guy's going to have to make some plays above and beyond just being I wouldn't call Will Howard a game manager. I think he's a little bit better than a game manager. But
best case scenario, he is a game manager for him this year. They're not going to have to sweat to beat everybody by 3 touchdowns.
Right. That and the game managing aspect of any quarterback in that offense could be just fine. But if you do get to the point where you've got to make plays, this is where I go back to some of the guys they've had in the past, like a CJ Stroud, like a Justin Fields. Those guys had a little bit of extra of the it factor when it came to being a playmaker, not just a quarterback that was going to function within that offense. So can Will Howard tap into playmaking abilities, at least to the level of some of the quarterbacks that they've had previously? We haven't seen that. But again, we haven't seen Will Howard in a Chip Kelly offense. Can Chip Kelly have an offense that brings out more of the playmaking abilities in Will Howard if he truly does possess that? Because I did think in his time when he took over from Adrian Martinez that year, in the short year that he started into a Big 12 championship, I feel like he made a lot more plays on his own than what we saw last season. So maybe that was more encouraged
at K-State against K-State related teams.
And that's also an important thing to bring up too, is the competition there.
So I don't know, something to think. I think it sounds like Ross is maybe also feeling the effects of the pressure cooker. He's already triggered. It's June. It's June. Just wait until something happens. I can't wait to find out. We are a little more than an hour and a half away from game number 2 of the championship finals here between Texas A&M and Tennessee. I was looking because I wanted to make sure here, Nick, as we know, this game will be broadcast television-wise on ABC. It'll also be locally broadcast on the radio on 1620 The Zone.
Are you trying to see if we have alternate broadcasts? If we've got like the coach's room?
So I actually think there is something. I don't know what it is. They were setting up something.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't know what
I don't know what that is.
What
either.
it was. Anyway,
it's like the broadcast of champions. Like Warren Morris is in there.
Oh, that'd be fun.
You get a
There's
JD,
a couple extra
JD
booths
Drew's
up there.
hanging out there too.
Greg Sankey was up in one of the booths yesterday.
Well, maybe have the all SEC
I say
broadcast.
slap a microphone on them.
Does the SEC have their own broadcast?
Get your takes.
Yeah.
They don't have their
breakdown.
own
SEC breakdown
broadcast, but they have their like pregame show.
Okay.
I don't know. But maybe you get
I
Sankey
have
involved.
found
in
the
something.
answer.
What is it? This better be good.
ESPNU, there is an UmpCam alt
UmpCam.
Oh, okay. All right.
We love
So you're
umps.
so you can see the game through the umpire cam.
Through Linus Baker.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm sure
like
Linus Baker will be very prominent on the umpcast today.
The pressures the umps have now.
Seriously, we've had an ump. We've had an ump had to leave the game.
Yep.
We've had an ump. Well,
Had the
Linus himself got hit.
We had the wardrobe change.
With the wardrobe change. We have a lot of different things going on with
A lot of
umps here.
things. They're dealing with a lot.
But I was
you know what?
checking the releases from last year. Here's how many people watched us on TV release. So last year, the finals, the College World Series entirely was the most watched men's College World Series on ESPN platforms on record. The best of three finals between LSU and Florida brought in a record-setting audience averaging 2.86 million viewers across the three games, up 75% from Game 2 finals. Game 1 saw 2.75. That would have been on last night. I don't think we have the numbers from last night yet, which was up 68% from the previous year, making it the most watched Game 1 finals on ESPN, the fourth best men's College World Series single game. Game 2 had 2.25, up over 38%. And then, Game 3 was upwards of 3.5 million viewers. So I wonder, with a network broadcast audience today, if we push some more numbers. We're already doing very well in terms of attendance this year. I wonder if now it's not as much star power as there was last year. People are watching for Skeens and Cruz and Cags. Maybe not quite so much, but people are going to start to understand the names of Jace LaViolette and who's probably going to be like the number one pick next year, and Christian Moore is the first round pick this year.
Would have been great if Braden Montgomery was playing, obviously.
Would have been. It would have been. Also, I'll tell people this. I don't know what the mocks look like for 2026, but Gavin Grahovic could be, like a top 5 pick in 2026
Decent way to set the tone in the College World Series last night as well.
Not bad at all. That guy is a tank. He's a freshman. He's 18 or 19 years old. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But maybe we could push that 3 million, viewers here on network television.
I'd like to think
all we're
we
missing
could.
is Sean McDonough.
I know.
Where is he?
I know.
Where's Sean?
See, that
He's doing
game
the
is
Stanley Cup Finals.
He is. He's getting ready for a Game 7.
Yeah.
So it's not all that bad for Sean. But I guarantee you there's a little bit of him knowing that there's going to be a game that is going to be on ABC that he could have had a part of because he had the great Warren Morris call too and CBS. So, yeah, he's one of those voices that I think we attribute to some of the great college baseball moments that we've had in Omaha.
I think so. I
miss Mike Patrick as well.
I also miss Mike Patrick.
Yeah.
But these guys do a great job. If you're listening to us, if you could hear us, Mike Monaco and Ravage and all those guys, they had the OBV show piped in through the elevators yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So hello to everybody. If you're on the elevator right now, hello Ike, hello Henrietta, hi everybody in the elevators. If you're listening out to us, we'll be in here in about an hour. As we continue on from the Omaha Baseball Village, we remind you that it's brought to you by the Omaha Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium, the #1 zoo in the nation. Visit omahazoo.com to plan your adventure. And we're joined today, as always, by the Drug Enforcement Administration. To learn about the dangers of fentanyl or to join in the fight against drugs, visit DEA.gov. Connor Happer, Nick Handley, and Josh Hodson with you from the Omaha Baseball Village. Plenty more to come, about a little more than an hour before we get you off. We got traffic and weather still coming up as well. Plenty to come from the Omaha Baseball Village here on 1620 The Zone.
Experience the difference and save more when you shop at one of our 3 convenient Woodhouse Ford locations. And right now, it's more affordable than ever to get behind the wheel of a new vehicle when you visit a Woodhouse Ford dealership. Going on now, save up to $10,000 off MSRP on the 2024 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT with approved credit, $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer expires 7/08/2024. See dealer for details.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? If so, it's time to call the Nebraska Advocates. Our skilled Omaha-based attorneys will do everything they can to knock your accident case out of the park. The Advocates legal team will guide you through the claims process, build your case, and fight to get you full compensation. Get a free consultation today at NebraskaAdvocates.com. You deserve an attorney who knows how to play hardball. You deserve an advocate.
Fentanyl is the deadliest drug threat facing our nation. A dose small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil is potentially lethal. The Drug Enforcement Administration is working hard to remove this threat from our streets. Join the fight and make a difference. To learn more about a career with DEA, visit DEA.gov/careers. People with different skills but the same mindset to keep drugs out of our communities. Visit them in person at Baseball Village during the College Baseball Championship. Velocity Clinical Research in Omaha frequently conducts clinical trials for a broad range of investigational treatments. Velocity is currently seeking participants to wear a Fitbit watch for 31 days with compensation of up to $200. Some other current studies include low T, COPD, flu, pediatric, infant, and RSV. They also perform vaccine studies for people of all ages. See current trials at velocityclinicaltrials.com, compensation for study-related time and travel, and find out more at velocityclinicaltrials.com.
At Rotella's Italian Bakery, they put unsurpassed product quality into everything they bake. Old world skill and experience are masterfully blended with modern efficiencies to create the delicious breads, rolls, hamburger and hot dog buns, and other specialty products that have delighted their customers since 1921. Combining customer satisfaction with uncompromising quality is their goal. Rotella's Italian Bakery, a century of pride in every slice. To see the full menu of products, visit rotellasbakery.com.
He thinks bean counting is an iPhone app. He is the most uninteresting man in the world.
Hi, I'm Bob Berger. Don't just get your taxes done, get them managed. If you're tired of losing sleep over your business and personal taxes, you're ready to make more money, give us a call.
Call Berger, Elliott, and Pritchard CPAs at 402-551-1919 or visit bepcpa.com.
An estimated 80% of Americans aren't getting their recommended daily amount of physical activity. It's time to move and keep moving, America. And when you need help, physical therapists and physical therapist assistants are by your side. Be your own champion. Choose more movement. Choose better health. Choose physical therapy. Find out more information and a physical therapist at choosept.com/NE. Brought to you by the American Physical Therapy Association of Nebraska.
It's time to make a game plan for game day parking. During big events, curbside parking in Omaha has a higher event rate. So save money for peanuts and Cracker Jack by parking in a garage or surface lot. You can even reserve an off-street parking space days, hours, or minutes in advance with the Park mobile app. Learn more about where to park and how to pay at parkomaha.com.
Now back to the Men's College World Series special live from Omaha Baseball Village, powered by Children's Nebraska and Access Bank on 1620 The Zone.
Welcome back. Connor Happer, Nick Handley with you from the Omaha Baseball Village, where Hour 2 is presented by Nebraska Medicine. Join the Nebraska Med team at nebraskamed.com/careers. And we're powered by Access Bank, here for a reason, yours. And by Children's Nebraska. Did you hear any of the comments from Tony Vitello yesterday after the game? He was asked about the length of the ball game. He said, we kind of got a monster here. He says, well, it was a four-hour baseball game. We were trending toward 4.5 for a long, long time. And then, as Tony Vitello does, if college baseball had like a czar or somebody to say, hey, here is our representative for the game, and here's the guy that is going to give you the best pitch on why college baseball is good, I would nominate Tony Vitello.
I would too.
Because he's able to do such things very, very, very passionately. And basically his point was, like, I think I think college baseball is in an incredible spot right now. Yes, we had a 4-hour baseball game right now, but look at all these talented players. Look at all these monsters that we have. It's a really great sport that people are starting to watch and pay attention to. And oftentimes we talk about, we just got done talking about how many people watch it, but like how the game is growing and stuff like this. I think for college baseball, one of the things that you have to kind of admit to yourself is people who are watching college baseball are already into baseball,
right?
And they're already into college athletics. So it fits a small niche. So it's a tough sport to grow, but it's one of those things that's been embraced obviously by Omaha, obviously by the SEC. And the more we continue to do that, I think the game's in a really, really, really good place right now.
I thought it was an appropriately deflective response because you're right. You've got a baseball audience that knows that there's just going to be certain games, even if it's not a runs aplenty, which there were a decent amount of runs, unfortunately for Tennessee, more on the Texas A&M side. But you're going to get into those situations, especially this time of the year where you have more strategic moments where you want to think it out a little bit. You want to have mound visits. You want to be able to play the matchups a little bit more too. Not that you don't during the regular season, but this is, you know what's on the line now. He's right. The game, and we saw this last year too.
I just don't need to be complaining about the length of games all the time.
No,
I get it.
And I think there's a lot that baseball has done from the professional level, and it's trickled down to the college level, of trying to at least keep an eye on pace of play where you have implemented certain things, the pitch clock being one of those in between innings, and having everything that maybe could quicken up a little bit. We saw this last year a lot with the players stepping out of the batter's box and that being enforced by the umpires, where you were actually getting called out on a strike. You might be a 2-2 count, and all of a sudden you're called out because you weren't in the batter's box quick enough. So I mean, there are things that have been implemented, but you're still gonna. It's just that's the sport. You're still gonna see games where they drag on a little bit, 3.5, 4 hours. It just happens that way. That don't actually involve extra innings. But
I actually think we've gone too far. Like it's now the only thing, unfortunately, people think about as it pertains to baseball.
Because so many people bring it up.
Major League Baseball has done, a pretty clean job of cutting down the length of games, and they've made it a real pressure point. College baseball hasn't done any of those things except for have the clock sitting right there.
Which I don't even know if it's enforced.
I don't think anybody actually cares about it. I was watching it last night. I was sitting in the batter's eye for an inning, and the pitcher had come set, and then the 20 seconds started.
Yeah. I mean,
I thought, we're not using this.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like, also, keep in mind, we're talking about a championship series.
Right.
We're talking about it's okay that it's 3 or 4 hours long, and you don't want it to drag. You want the pace to be good. Some of that is dependent on what the game is going to give you. And because I've seen a lot of 2.5-hour games drag and drag and drag. So it's about the pace of it a little bit. And sometimes, yes, it does slow down when teams are trying to win championships and there's pitching changes all over the place. I guess it's the wrong place and wrong time to be talking about the length of the baseball game. It just is.
And that's why I'm glad that Tony Vitello went where he did, and that is with what you truly do have in college baseball right now, where you do. I mean, again, last year we saw it. We're seeing it this year. We're seeing future draft classes too that are represented extremely well here in Omaha, whether it's the 2 teams playing in this national championship series or the other 6 teams that were involved, or if you even go back to the super regionals. I mean, how many people wanted to see Condon play? Georgia didn't make it to the College World Series. So you've got some of the elite arms in the game, the future of Major League Baseball. You got some of the great bats, and heck, we even get 2-way players on occasion too, and Jack Caglione. So there's nothing wrong with it, other than people who I don't think, if you continue to dwell on the timing and you dwell on the pace of play, I don't think you're probably a real baseball fan. I think you're just more of a casual sports fan when it's convenient for you, or a baseball fan when it's convenient for you.
Look at all these great things that we have in college baseball right now. I mean, the players are better than they've ever been. The players are bigger than they've ever been.
They're older now too because they're staying in college longer.
Programs are absolutely dumping money into this from a competitive standpoint. They want to be here. They want to win championships, and there's a real commitment to it. I don't know, man. If we're gonna sit here and get hyper focused on the fact that the game was 3.5 hours playing for a national championship, or 4 hours in the case of last night playing for a national championship, I just think we're looking at the wrong things. We're just Does it generally need to tighten up? Yes, but some of these things,
some games don't allow you to do that.
Some of these things are you're just at the mercy of what you got. Not every game is played between 10 future big leaguers. Like not every game's going to have that in college. Nick, you and I do a lot of Creighton games.
Yep.
There's not a lot of those. There's not a lot of future big. So guys are throwing balls, and we're playing on Tuesday nights. Like it's something that nobody cares about until we get to the stage where people are watching, and that's actually the context in which it's least applicable to talk about.
Yeah,
because we're playing for
you're
something.
Right. And it's a feeling thing,
I would
too.
love it if a World Series, like even the Major League World Series, a Major League World Series game that goes 3.5 hours. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's fine.
Well, it's a feeling thing, too, because you get to a point where, okay, going back to some of the games that you and I have done before, where we literally talked at Texas A&M. We got to talk Texas A&M,
Yeah,
right?
You want to talk Texas A&M?
Okay,
See,
all right.
she can talk.
But some of those games that we've done here at this ballpark for the Creighton games, and I remember you and I have walked away thinking, or we get to that ninth inning, like, man, this thing, how long? Wow, it does not feel like this thing is under 3 hours, because it felt like it was a lot longer than it is, and then vice versa, where you feel like a game is cruising and you've already exceeded 3 hours. So it's not a big deal until someone brings it up, like, oh boy, these last two games have been 3.5 hours, and I would assume the majority of the fans didn't even realize that until people. It's just such a lazy complaint about the sport. It's a lazy complaint about college baseball, because you feel
Shout out to Tony V.
Yeah, you have to complain about something. So then Tony Vitella says, let's dwell on the positives, and there's so much more when it comes to the positive side of college baseball right now, with the players that we're seeing involved, with the coaches that are involved too, the fan support, where we're seeing. I think it's a big deal that you're seeing rosters stay old, rosters that are guys are staying in college longer. And then I think that also benefits the Major League Baseball product too, because you're getting guys that are coming into the leagues because they've stuck around in college baseball, and the game itself is a lot more elite.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, there's only a 1 year lag time in between when you're playing here and when you're playing in the big leagues.
Absolutely.
In some cases less. Starting lineups for Game 2 of the College World Series finals are out. So Texas A&M is going to start a pitcher today who has pitched 23 1/3 innings this year. Hell yeah. Zane Badman. Bad name.
Give me three.
It's a bad name.
Oh, he's a sidearm swinger.
Oh, he's a little submariner. Interesting. See, that's the kind of nuggets you get from Cole Griffin.
You got to know that stuff.
He'll pitch against Drew Beam today in the College World Series Finals Game number 2. Texas A&M one win away from a national championship, and Tennessee needs to win twice, but they'll have to beat the big bad Zane Badmave in order to do so. We will take a break here from the Omaha Baseball Village. Come by the zone booth in the bullpen inside OBV. Register to win a summer prize pack of tickets to the zoo, Royals tickets, and an ice cream from Ted and Wally's for a year. 13th and Mike Fahey. Also, we're joined today by Pyramid Contractors, craftsmanship at its finest. I'm Connor Happer, Nick Handley, Josh Johnson here with you as well. We'll get you off to the ballpark in about an hour. We roll on from OBV here on 1620 The Zone.
Attention sports and entertainment fans, Tickets for Less is your home for all your ticket needs. Don't miss out on the excitement of Omaha with great ticket options with no fees from Tickets for Less. Plus, did you know TFL has more to offer? Tickets for Less also has the best selection of tickets for Husker football games, the top concerts, and so much more, all with no added service fees at checkout. Shop for your seats now at ticketsforless.com or call today at 402-398-1999 and save big on your next ticket order today with promo code THEZONE at checkout.
I'm Dawn. My journey began when my internal specialist found a mass. My biggest fear was missing out on future memories. Nebraska Cancer Specialists has made it possible for me to continue to be active and to be able to spend time with my family. Together We Are Stronger means that I know that I can't do it all myself. My NCS family has allowed me to create the memories that I want to make. NebraskaCancer.com.
Our car radio is like a rookie pitcher quitting in the 7th inning.
Yeah, and now it's the bottom of the 9th. The AC's out and the transmission's throwing wild pitches.
So I was checking out car loans from Liberty First Credit Union. Applying looks like a home run with rates as low as 4.99% APR.
It's game time.
Step up to the plate with a Liberty First Credit Union auto loan. Equal opportunity lender. 48-month term for 2022 and newer models. Credit factors apply. Rates, terms, and conditions subject to change.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
Make the right call. John Higgins Weather Car, the home of the roofery.
When it's time to replace or repair storm damage, make the right call. John Higgins Weather Guard, the local, trusted, and proven choice. No one has installed more DaVinci roofs, and there's a reason why John Higgins Weather Guard is the nation's leader. Community member, community supporter. Make the right call.
John Higgins Weather Car, the home of the rooferys. Make the right call.
I'm Dawn. My journey began when my internal specialist found a mass. My biggest fear was missing out on future memories. Nebraska Cancer Specialists has made it possible for me to continue to be active and to be able to spend time with my family. Together We Are Stronger means that I know that I can't do it all myself. My NCS family has allowed me to create the memories that I want to make. NebraskaCancer.com.
Oscar's Pizza and Sports Grill is West Omaha's headquarters for specialty pizzas and award-winning char-buffed wings. Enjoy games on their updated video and audio system and huge LED wall. Their main location on 173rd and Center is the perfect place to beat the heat with family and friends for the college baseball tournament. They also have a second carryout location at 162nd and West Maple Street, featuring the same great pizzas and wings. Oscar's Pizza and Sports Grill, home of the Big O Pizza and award-winning char-buffed wings.
There's a new tomorrow on the other side of the horizon. There are promises to honor, work that needs to be done, friendships to enjoy, and people that count on each other. These are the things that tie our communities together. They always have, and they always will. Build your tomorrow with a bank you can rely on. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now back to the Men's College World Series special live from Omaha Baseball Village, powered by Children's Nebraska and Access Bank on 1620 The Zone.
Connor Happer, Nick Handley, Josh Johnson back with you from the Omaha Baseball Village, where Hour 2 is presented by Nebraska Medicine. Join the Nebraska Med team, nebraskamed.com/careers. And we're live at the Omaha Baseball Village, brought to you by the Omaha Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium. Have you been to the zoo?
Yep.
The #1 zoo in the nation.
It is.
Hands down. Visit omahazoo.com to plan your future. If you've been in town for several days, why haven't you been to the zoo?
Hands down.
It's absolutely the best. Go say hello to the little elephants.
Yeah. And the new orangutan exhibit.
And the new orangutan.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
And the aviary.
Dr. Taylor.
I like to walk around in the aviary from time to time just to take a break. There's a lot of shade in there.
There's only one area that I avoid
flamingos are in there
at the Omaha Henry Dorley Zoo, and that's the reptile place because I hate snakes.
That's Kingdom of the Night?
Yeah.
You don't like the albino alligator?
Alligators are fine. I'm okay, and that's something cool to see. But if I'm going to come across a python or any other snake,
I mean, it's not going to.
I know, but
it's not going to slither up on you.
I was always afraid when to go into the rainforest area, or the jungle area, or whatever. That those things, even though they're in cases, that one would just drop down on me. I'm like,
really?
That was when I was younger.
I'd be scared of the zoo.
Well, I'm just scared of snakes.
Understood.
If I see one, even if it's in a case, I get a little. I just get uncomfortable.
I always like to go to the jungle with the bridges. Take all the pictures.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
Yes, it is.
Incredible place. Goodbye. By the way, there was Nicole who told us some incorrect facts about the
we want to set the record
about
straight
the
here.
starting
Yeah.
pitcher. I'm absolutely throwing her under the bus. This guy, Bad Mave, not a submarine.
Not a submariner,
guy.
nope.
Not a submarine.
Because if you're
guy.
tuning in, it's like, oh heck, I didn't even know if I was going to watch the game, but now they're throwing a submariner. I'm going to watch this game.
So we're gonna go with the information we have, which is he has thrown 23 1/3 innings all season long, giving up 7 runs, 27 strikeouts to 5 walks.
That's a good. Hey, I like that.
That's really good.
He's gonna hammer that strike zone.
So that's what. So Texas A&M gets to kind of throw off today and piece it together somehow.
It's a nice luxury to have.
And Tennessee has
Older guy.
They're going with Drew Beam today. So if it doesn't work out for them, then they obviously, their season.
They can't say they didn't try.
They can't say they didn't try. Okay, so we got a couple minutes here. Finally, time to dive into this conversation. Topic alert. Until what age could you beat LeBron in a game of 1-on-1? I think we could all beat 3-year-old LeBron.
Yep. Feel really good about that.
I think what would you do with 8-year-old LeBron?
I think I got him.
What would you do with 10-year-old LeBron?
It would be.
Now, LeBron at age 10 was probably, I don't know, he was probably getting close to 5'8", 5'9" at that point.
And he's knocking down the J.
Yep.
I still
I
go
think
with
10-year-old
the height.
LeBron would give you some problems.
Yeah, I think once he starts to get into a little bit of a growth spurt, he starts to get to maybe 11, 12 years old is where I'm probably losing that game. But I think my max age when I could beat LeBron 1-on-1 would be 10 years old.
You don't think you can give 13-year-old LeBron the business?
No, I think he's hitting way too many J's, and I'm trying to chase him around.
8th grade LeBron?
8th grade LeBron's got me.
What do you think you could beat, like regular old 8th grader right now?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes down to being able to hit the J and being able to cross me up, blow by me. The only way I'm winning those games if he's missing a lot of shots, because I'm gonna beat him in the board battle. There's no question. Then I could
out physical.
Yeah,
you're 6'3".
So I am.
People forget.
So I'm gonna back him down on the block. And I'd like to think I'd be able to get some of those more high percentage shots, but I just think it comes down to his ability to hit the jumper and not give me a lot of rebounding opportunities.
I think I'd beat 10-year-old LeBron. I think I would have it would, like in middle school, it would start to give me problems.
Yep.
Now the question on the back end would be how
old
after retirement?
Yeah.
Because I actually think that probably 60 to 65-year-old LeBron would smoke me.
Yeah, you might have a window after retirement age, like normal, like 65 plus.
Yeah,
you might have a shot. But
and by the way, we're talking about right now, you at your performance level right now, I would get wrecked by 65-year-old LeBron. I think.
Yeah,
I think he'd have to be more than 70.
Yeah, because obviously and I know NBA is about load management, but all those minutes have finally added up. I bet the knees are a little quaky. Can't get up the vertical as much anymore. Now, again, I'm 45 in this scenario, right?
Correct. You are you.
I am you, and I'm playing 68 to 70-year-old LeBron. I've got a shot.
Yeah. That's about the range.
I feel like my movement is going to be a lot more nimble than him. And this is where I go back to when 10-year-old or 11-year-old LeBron, actually, I take it back to 11, 12-year-old LeBron has his best shot against me. I feel like I have my best shot against 70-year-old LeBron because I can do the same things, not at the same quickness, but there's that speed differential and that ability to blow by the defender.
Do you think it would be different with Michael Jordan?
I see what you're trying to do here.
I am.
Because we're trying to see is 7. So basically, we're just saying is 70-year-old LeBron versus a 70-year-old Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
who wins that game?
Yeah, or 8-year-old LeBron versus 8-year-old Michael.
Obviously, 85-year-old Michael Jordan is going to beat me because Michael Jordan's the GOAT.
Wow, that's how much reverence you have for LeBron or for Michael Jordan.
I think I'm taking down a 72-year-old MJ.
Yeah,
I think I am.
I mean, he's pretty big.
Yeah,
he's pretty big. And his game is definitely a lot different now.
It is,
but I think he would even. I mean, how old is Michael Jordan right now?
50, late 50s, right?
Oh no, he's got to be 60.
I think he's in the 60s now.
61.
Oh, he's 61. Okay,
Michael Jordan is 61.
Okay,
I would still get absolutely cooked by 61. So in 9 years, Jordan.
You're going to be closer to my age. You could put that to the test. See if we could set that up.
70-year-old
Michael Jordan versus a late 30s, Connor?
It would definitely be a lot more likely, but I do think his killer instinct would.
That's true. I mean,
be problematic.
There's
for
no.
me,
You get older, you still got that competitiveness.
In one-on-one, if I'm met with some adversity, and especially if I'm playing Michael Jordan, I'm probably going to give in pretty easy. He can't lose to me. Imagine how bad that would
That
look.
is true. And are we underselling both he and LeBron? Even as they get older and they lose the physical ability, they still have that mind, that ability to anticipate and know how to maybe cut some corners of what their body won't allow them to do. That they got the basketball IQ that still reigns supreme over you and I.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to factor that in. I think I'm overlooking that.
Mike comments in a couple times. He says 70-year-old LeBron is kicking my butt at 30. And 30 was 15 years. So basically we're saying at your peak, you're still getting beat by 70-year-old LeBron.
Okay. I don't know. I think I like 30. I don't even know Mike, but I think I like 30-year-old Mike.
Okay. But it sounds like you have a lot of confidence in yourself at your peak against 70-year-old LeBron.
Yeah, I think I do. I think that wear and tear of a very lengthy basketball season for a big guy like that, I think physically he's going to it's just going to be a little bit more challenging for him.
What about you guys? Do you think you could beat 10-year-old LeBron James in one-on-one?
No. Okay. What about 70-year-old LeBron?
Yeah, 70-year-old LeBron
Okay,
James.
70. So you guys are going more with the age.
What about
the older one?
What about 6-year-old LeBron James?
Yeah, you can back him down. You can back him down to the block.
These guys got some length to him, too. If you're watching along with this, you could see him. I mean, they don't feel like they could be 10-year-old LeBron James.
God, see, we feel like we could
He's
beat
a 10-year-old.
Yeah, we feel like we could beat 10-year-old LeBron.
Yeah.
Is it all about the jumper, though? He's knocking down the jumper. He's not giving you any rebounding
it's the mental
opportunities.
game.
Yeah, exactly.
Even at age 10? Wow.
He's going to cross you over?
I mean, I don't think he was like that strong. And I'm like, you're at your peak athleticism right now. You're like, wow.
I think we need to get a picture of 10-year-old LeBron.
Yeah.
I want to know what I'm working with
We can
here.
find that out
Because
there
I think
somewhere.
the height factor is a big deal here, too.
It's a very important question and definitely a topic alert that we're discussing.
Thank you, guys. We needed
I
some
appreciate
other
that,
input
and I
here.
appreciate your candor.
Yeah.
You know, not a lot of people of their age would say, "Hey, you know what? LeBron would still cook me if he was 10 years old."
Yeah, because we're in our own little bubble here, thinking we know what we can and can't do against LeBron at any age, and we need some outside perspective there.
Got an email here from David. Subject line: CWS OBV show for a Gasmo. Nothing like listening to a CWS OBV show while getting in the Gasmo here in KC. And look at Nick. Look at this picture that I received from David.
Oh, that is a striping job right there.
Well played.
We are at peak.
That is
David.
great.
So while you're in the backyard right now getting the Gasmo in, we appreciate you listening,
That
and
lawn
we
is looking
congratulate you on your lawn.
Gig 'em.
It is looking really good.
That's a
right
lush lawn.
Come
Well
by the
done.
Zone booth inside the Omaha Baseball Village and register to win ice cream for a year from Ted Wally's. Official ice cream is 1620. The Zone celebrating more than 35 years with over 3,000 flavors in Benson and in the Old Market in Omaha. I'm Connor Happer, Nick Handley, Josh Hodson with you as well from OBV. Back with more for the noon hour on 1620 The Zone.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
Twisted Thunder Fireworks is going to save you big money. You'll find the best variety and the lowest prices in the entire state of Nebraska. Don't believe us? See page after page of products and pricing online at twistedthunder.com, where you can watch everything before you buy and choose local pickup so it's ready to go for you at the tent. Go to twistedthunder.com to check out all of our locations in Nebraska, as well as our location in Council Bluffs. That's twistedthunder.com.
Since this is a radio commercial, you can't see the people standing behind me. They're the Langfeld family. Everybody wave. Oh, sorry, you can't see them because radio. Anyway, the Langfelds are the family behind Langfeld Overhead Door, where they proudly install Midland garage doors to fit any space and style, and they don't take a backseat to anyone when it comes to their service. Because if something goes wrong, it's their name on the line. So they're going to make sure it goes right every single time. Langfeld Overhead Door, 402-234-2700. It's time to make a game plan for game day parking. During big events, curbside parking in Omaha has a higher event rate. So save money for Peanuts and Cracker Jack by parking in a garage or surface lot. You can even reserve an off-street parking space days, hours, or minutes in advance with the Park mobile app. Learn more about where to park and how to pay at parkomaha.com.
And we're back live, and what a beautiful day here at the park. Just listen to that crowd. Excitement's in the air. They've come to see the best of the best from all over the globe in what's been a fan favorite for nearly 130 years. That's right, it's all at Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium, the #1 zoo in the nation. Be sure to swing by between games and check out our newly reimagined Hubbard Orangutan Forest. Plan your visit at omahazoo.com.
You don't have to wait for your perfect landscape. Patera Landscaping can book your project now and have it beautifully installed in time to enjoy this July and August for cookouts and get-togethers. Trees, bushes, colorful gardens, water features, patios, outdoor kitchens. Patera Landscaping can do it all. Call today and have your perfect landscape this summer. Patera voted Omaha's best. PateraLandscaping.com.
If you want a perfect landscape, call Patera.
Your home for the Men's College World Series is 1620 The Zone. KOZ and Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. Sponsored by Lanahaw Nurseries, 192nd and Center. 1620 The Zone is live at the Omaha Baseball Village. Powered by Access Bank. Here for a reason, yours. And Children's Nebraska. Here are your hosts for today's broadcast, Connor Happer and Nick Handley on 1620 The Zone.
It may indeed be the final day of the 2023-2024 academic year.
So drink it in, it always goes down smooth.
This is it. You got one more chance to win a championship, and if you're Texas A&M, you're 1 game away. If you're Tennessee, you are 2 wins away. We're powered by Access Bank, here for a reason, yours, and by Children's Nebraska. And we're joined today by the Drug Enforcement Administration. To learn about the dangers of fentanyl or to join in the fight against drugs, visit DEA.gov. So for those of you who are still hanging on to the Pac-12 still existed. Well, it really doesn't. But this is.
Is anybody doing that?
This is truly it. No, I think we canceled the Pac-12 when Kentucky beat Oregon State. In that Super. So
yeah, that was when we had the eulogy, and thank you for the memories.
Yep.
And sorry about the Pac-12. That if you want to keep it going with the Twin Peaks, fine. But that's
could be fun.
Yeah.
Could be fun.
Could be the greatest comeback story ever.
They are one of the Oregon State. I think is one of the finalists that of the teams that I'm going to operate on the new NCAA football game this year.
All right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is I'm gonna have the one final season.
Yeah, I feel bad for them a little bit,
Yeah.
you know. And I've always liked Oregon State, like in this kind of weird, like they're fun, kind of way. I think I might be Oregon State.
All right. So are you going to create yourself? Will you be a member of the Oregon State
No,
Beavers?
I don't do it that way.
You don't do it that way?
I roll my dynasty like a normal person. I'm not a child. I'm not a 6-year-old who wants to put myself in the game or like put SpongeBob in the game or something like that. No, I play my dynasty and I really bear down and get after that. It's been a long process of trying to figure out who I'm going to be this fall.
It's kind of fun sometimes to recreate your old buddies and put them on a team. It could just be any random team. And if some of those friends have gained weight over their latter years as an adult, it's fun to make them have that body too. So you have some really fast DBs that are running like a 4.5, but they have a boiler. It's really fun to do. It's fun to watch too.
Yeah, the mascot games and stuff like that.
Have some fun with it.
That's by the way. If you guys haven't gotten enough of that, hey, there's going to be a game coming out in like a couple of weeks now. We are about to go into full overdrive on that conversation. Imagine the content over the next 2 weeks. in and around the 4th of July holiday.
Oh, I'm getting a gaming.
pertains
I'm
to
getting
this
a gaming
football game.
console. I haven't had a gaming console for about 5 years.
Oh,
I
you
got rid of it.
You have to. So
Yes.
you're
I'm
making
getting
an
one.
investment.
Yeah, I'm going to get one.
Look at you.
I love that game.
That is quite the investment.
I know.
That's like SEC baseball programs just saying we're spending money, we're winning this thing.
Well, and the thing is, though, the kid can't know about it for a while because that's all he'll want to do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to do this kind of in my own time, in my own place.
How do you do it in
I don't
secrecy?
know. I don't know. We're going to have to try to figure this out, Connor.
Very difficult.
Yeah, it will be.
By the way, we've come to learn more about today's Texas A&M starting pitcher, Zane Badmave. He's a transfer from Tarleton State. Here's the best fact about him that I've learned so far via, of course, Rob Anderson. He's 6'8", 270 pounds.
Tight end.
Yeah.
NFL tight end.
Now we're cooking.
Yep.
Now we're cooking.
How many times do you think he gets asked, do you think you want to, does Mike Elko talk to you about playing football? Just because when you're that tall, you may have never played football ever in your life, but everyone just assumes that you're going to be able to play football now.
I need that guy to be the winning pitcher on a national championship team. That's what I need.
Yep.
That's what I need today. Mm-hmm. But a reminder, of course.
I get it.
We'll be back tomorrow if there is, God willing, a game 3 of the championship series.
I think Beanball's got something to say.
If you put all of your allegiances, like if you put your personal, thoughts aside.
Yeah.
Because I think, I'll speak for everybody. It's flyover.
Yeah, so that happened yesterday too. We were really, we were
taking away all the secrets.
We were so confused. This happened, Josh. It was probably still had another half hour to go in the show yesterday, and all of a sudden there was what we assumed was a flyover. And then, of course,
I hope that was a flyover.
Well,
Otherwise,
of course,
we're in big trouble.
It was. It definitely was.
We are in a military state right now.
Maybe it's just an exercise. But then they had the flyover for the national anthem too. So I don't know if they were doing a little test run yesterday, and maybe that's what that just was, a little test run. So it happened yesterday too. Don't worry.
I got the great fortune yesterday of viewing the flyover from the roof.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I was hanging out with the guys with the guns up there. Yeah, it was dope.
Did it feel different?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I really felt it. And you're like above the crowd, and you could feel the energy sort of building. And like I was probably the first person to see the planes off in the distance coming over from southeast, from the Offutt area. Basically, I was so fired up. I felt patriotism just coursing through my veins.
It probably oozing out of all of that, those little sweat glands of yours. Now, this is kind of a cool thing. I had learned, a friend of mine that I went to high school with he went to Air Force, played baseball at Air Force, and he lives now out in the Fort Worth area in Texas. No, it's not Paul Skeens, actually. They still do flyover. He still does flyovers, various events in Texas sporting events, and he did the rundown of the timing, how everything has to be in sync, and they're radioing down to everybody in the stadium, and they're giving them just essentially like the minute by minute, 30-second by 30-second update on how are things moving, where are we at in the anthem. I mean, there are keys and cues of parts of the anthem that they have to know, and if that's off just a little bit, the flyover's not in sync. And he said he's been in some flyovers that have been out of sync because they were either running
I've
late,
seen some late ones. I've seen some early ones.
Yeah, they've gotten some delayed information where they are in the anthem. So it's meticulous.
Oh yeah, and they're really good at it in there.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a really experienced national anthem singer, they could like kind of speed up and slow down, hold that land of the free.
Yeah. Drew Duncan put on a pretty good one yesterday.
It was really good.
He's an opera singer, local guy as well. He did a hell of a job.
There we go. One more.
Is that a victory, Stogie?
See that championship cigar? You're not even going to win it.
Oh no!
You're just
I love it.
Willing it into existence.
Oh, before and after. Okay. All right. Okay. I like that.
Okay. Make sure you guys hydrate. Drink cigars. Okay.
Go.
Water. That's good.
Yeah.
More cigars.
That sounds like a good
hydrate.
idea. I think that's a good idea.
Indeed. Yeah. So we got to make sure we're watching out for everybody. Hey, by the way, speaking of hydration, our hydration sponsor is Zen Water. Time for a hydration break presented by Zen Water. I'm just telling those guys, like, as a person who's enjoyed some stogies from time to time, the process of being out in the heat combined with the stogies can really, really add up very quickly.
Especially, usually I'm assuming you've experienced this on a golf course once or twice too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yep, it happens.
And so it's a marathon of a day, especially if you're trying to win a national
Well,
championship.
think about it.
If
If you wrap this up today, Texas A&M, and you've got a full afternoon of partying and then the night as well. I mean, remember, think about how long this party goes if you win today because of the
Richie
early
said,
start.
all night
long. You know how it goes. Yep. See. Do you think they know the Aloe Black one?
No.
That one's pretty good.
I do not, but we really have come to enjoy that song this baseball season.
Yes, we have.
All right, Connor Happer, Nick Handley, Josh Johnson with you from the Omaha Baseball Village. We're going to get you out to the booth in about a half hour. Kevin Kugler, Scott Graham, and John Bishop have the call for a potential national championship today. And if not, we'll run that thing back tomorrow. We're here at the Omaha Baseball Village for another half hour. We continue on here on 1620 The Zone.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Success in today's electrical market requires your company to be able to adjust to an ever-changing field. A partnership with IBEW Local 22 gives you that flexibility with access to journeymen, apprentices, proven training programs, marketing assistance, entry into markets not available before, ability to expand and contract with changing market conditions, and a benefits package for you and your employees. Contact Bob at IBEW Local 22 for additional details at 402-980-7596.
Cubby's in the Old Market is your tailgate and baseball party headquarters. Cold beer and a full liquor department. Pop, ice, and Cubby's bottled water. Plus hot coffee and fresh and hot breakfast every morning. Cubby's Old Market, 13th and Jackson has it all for every baseball fan. Get everything for the grill from the full meat department. Chester's Chicken, Godfather's Pizza Express, hot and fresh deli food. Cubby's at the corner of 13th and Jackson. Open 24 hours. Cubby's for the very best in convenience.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
At Rotella's Italian Bakery, they put unsurpassed product quality into everything they bake. Old world skill and experience are masterfully blended with modern efficiencies to create the delicious breads, rolls, hamburger and hot dog buns, and other specialty products that have delighted their customers since 1921. Combining customer satisfaction with uncompromising quality is their goal. Rotella's Italian Bakery, a century of pride in every slice. To see the full menu of products, visit rotellasbakery.com.
In the heart of the country is a children's hospital at the forefront of pediatric innovation, where teddy bears and coloring books meet leading-edge treatment and technology, where warm smiles and a human touch go hand in hand with tools like remote patient monitoring and robotic-assisted surgery, and where a committed team of healthcare providers believes innovation is best used to deliver better care for kids. Children's Nebraska. Believe in better.
And we're back live, and what a beautiful day here at the park. Just listen to that crowd. Excitement's in the air. They've come to see the best of the best from all over the globe in what's been a fan favorite for nearly 130 years. That's right, it's all at Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium, the #1 zoo in the nation. Be sure to swing by between games and check out our newly reimagined Hubbard Orangutan Forest. Plan your visit at omahazoo.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Velocity Clinical Research in Omaha frequently conducts clinical trials for a broad range of investigational treatments. Velocity is currently seeking participants to wear a Fitbit watch for 31 days with compensation of up to $200. Some other current studies includes low T, COPD, flu, pediatric, infant, and RSV. They also perform vaccine studies for people of all ages. See current trials at velocityclinicaltrials.com, compensation for study-related time and travel, and find out more at velocityclinicaltrials.com.
The time between Memorial Day and Labor Day is known as the 100 deadliest days. Students are off for the summer, people are taking vacations, and the days are longer. It's a recipe for good times and long-lasting memories. Sadly, it accounts for 37% of Nebraska's traffic fatalities. Someone's waiting for you at a ball game, a party, or a wedding. Don't let a crash keep you away. Focus on driving. Brought to you by the Nebraska chapter of the National Safety Council and the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Now back to the Men's College World Series special live from Omaha Baseball Village, powered by Children's Nebraska and Access Bank on 1620 The Zone.
Welcome back. Connor Happer, Nick Handley, and Josh Johnson with you from the Omaha Baseball Village, where you can drop by the zone booth at the bullpen inside the Omaha Baseball Village and register to win a summer prize pack of tickets to the Henry Dorley Zoo, Royals tickets, that's Kansas City Royals, and ice cream from Ted Wally's for a year, 13th and Mike Fahey.
Get them all.
That's with us here at 1620 The Zone. By the way, speaking of KC Royals, people make the denomination that it's KC Royals. I was thinking Omaha Royals. Did you see that the Omaha Storm Chasers yesterday were the Omaha Golden Spikes?
Yes. And
back, folks.
Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember it.
And the nickname?
Very well. All too well,
yes.
as Taylor Swift said.
So much fun with that one.
Josh, do you get any no more of a reaction than just a little laugh from you on the Taylor Swift reference? I thought that would get you. I like it. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. All too well.
I appreciate you knowing the catalog.
Thank you. Somebody told me to listen to that entire song one day, and I was like, fine. I have 10 minutes. I'll do it. And it's good. It's good.
Oh, see, yeah.
It's good. It's good.
It's why you would like The Fall Guy with your boy Gosling.
I still never saw that.
Watch it.
Things I was supposed to do this summer.
Yeah,
Where has the time gone?
I do want to see The Fall Guy. So did you like that, Josh?
It was fun. It was
okay.
Fun. It was a good time. A little long, good time.
Okay.
A little long?
A little long.
We get close to 2 hours?
Over.
Oh, really?
That's not a movie that needs to be more than 2 hours.
See, if
I
you
love Gosling.
If you give me a summer movie, I want a good time. So if Josh's saying it's a good time, I'm still down to see it.
It felt like a summer movie to me when they were talking about it. And then they did the SNL episode. And
right.
They were good on that.
Yes.
And they made reference to the All Too Well at the SNL. Anyway. All right, Josh, let's get some traffic and some weather here. I can tell you a little bit about the weather. It's hot.
It is hot.
Any further context you'd like to add, Josh?
Oh, I don't know. That's probably enough.
Okay. What's our chances of precipitation if they even exist? I guess that's what we really want to know.
I can read you the report from our ballpark meteorologist from this morning.
Sam McEwen's brother?
Sam McEwen's brother.
Okay, well, first let me tell you that the weather update is powered by the winning team at Liberty First Credit Union, supporting their communities and providing banking with a purpose.
Thank you. I appreciate you telling me that. Marty says this: the main weather story the next 2 days will be heat and humidity.
Awesome.
Headline. It's like a purd happening. The story is it's hot. Should there be a Game 3 Monday, there is a heat advisory in effect in Omaha. And heat indexes.
Yeah, the indices, yes.
Could approach 110 in the afternoon.
All right.
110. There is only a small chance for an isolated thunderstorm overnight and again on Monday night.
You heard with Purd.
You heard with Purd. Newsflash. It's warm. Also, the groundskeeper, Dan Blank, writes in a note, should there be a Game 3 Monday, I see no reason to tarp the field tonight.
Yep.
Wow.
And you know why he's saying that?
No tarp.
Because
Tarp's off.
Tarping sucks.
Tarping does suck.
We've all tarped, and we've all had to take the tarp off. Tarping a field sucks.
Dan's
And I
really
do not
fortunate,
blame
though.
them for wanting to go that route, knowing that they feel very strong that even if there's an overnight storm, that it will not cause any type of interruption for a night game that would take place tomorrow night if necessary.
Dan's got a big crew, though. Maybe we want to get those guys working one more time. I would say the field is.
You know what he's doing, though? He's advocating for his boys.
He is.
His boys
He's trying to get his boys off his feet.
Yep, he's getting his crew off their feet, give them a little rest and relaxation for them to enjoy it if there is a game 3.
The field is held up magnificently.
Looks great.
There's a couple dead spots in the outfield where the outfielders all play, but that's what we're dealing with. And the trophy stencil thing that they did out there, it still looks good. Anyway, weather. Josh, any further context on the weather?
Just that it was powered by the winning team at Liberty First Credit Union, supporting their communities and providing banking with purpose.
Tell us about traffic. What's going on with the Josh has got his traffic map up.
I do. I have the map up. It's presented by Park Omaha. Make a game plan for your parking. Reserve a downtown parking space in advance. That's right. At parkomaha.com. Yesterday, record crowd, and we saw a lot of green lights on the way down to the stadium. Today, a lot of red lights, a lot of brake lights on the way.
Oh, no.
Really?
Coming backed up all the way to 20th. Looks like 14th and 13th are pretty well clogged, as is Burt Street for some reason. And 19th, 19th and
Burt Street.
Burt all of a sudden.
There's got to be something going on.
There's probably.
What's going on at Burt Street?
Is there like a water main break or something?
We need a reporter out at Burt Street.
Yeah, why is Burt Street all of a sudden?
Here's what I told people before the College World Series. Don't take Cummings Street. Just don't even bother. I would just, if you're coming from out west or you're coming from a different portion of town, take 480 and you can take it all the way to 14th, right around the hotels down here.
Yep.
And then you can get to wherever you're going to, that'll spit you out wherever you need to be. Don't bother with Cummings Street. That's my, traffic
unless you show up 3 hours before.
This is both traffic advice and traffic update. Brought to you by Park Omaha.
Who else is giving you that, right? Make a game plan for your parking. Reserve a downtown parking space in advance at parkomaha.com.
Okay. All right. We're gonna have a baseball game
Take
here.
That, Trooper Dave. Was it Trooper Dave or Trooper Dan?
Trooper Dave.
The official
traffic alert
traffic guy for Nebraska football traffic.
I don't.
Okay.
I'm
Trooper
not sure.
Dave or Trooper Dan. Now I feel bad.
Sorry, Trooper Dave or Trooper Dan. I have one more leftover topic alert. This is off baseball topic before we start to talk more about the game here in about 10 minutes. This is brought to me by Nick Grimm yesterday.
Oh, okay. And by the way, saw him walking by yesterday. Looked like he was going to enjoy it.
Nick Grimm wondered aloud, what is more common, a cycle or a no-hitter?
What is more? Ooh, that's a really good question.
Nick thinks about baseball in such a whimsical way.
He does, and he's a huge Rockies fan.
So he wondered, and so I can tell you the answer. In Major League Baseball history, there has been 323 no-hitters. Now, would you think that there have been less or more cycles?
I'm going to say there are more cycles.
Just by a little.
Okay.
344 cycles.
Yeah, that's why I think it's a great question, because they are equally challenging and both equally very, very rare.
I wonder if I could go to one of the various sporting gambling websites and say, I think someone's going to hit a home run today, or yes, you could do that. I think someone's going to hit a cycle today. You get some pretty good odds.
I feel like you get a good payout there.
Even though
that one,
Christian Moore, had a cycle earlier in the College World Series, first time in like 75 years that anybody's done it
ever
at the College World Series. And then we had another one that was pretty well in threat.
Yes. What was that? Maybe 3 or 4 games later.
That's right. So you never know. You never know. No hitter. Which is more likely today, Nick? No hitter or cycle?
No hitter. I'm going to say no hitter.
Drew Beam?
With Beam.
Or is it the other guy? The guy who's only pitched 23 innings the entire year.
Yeah, the bad man. Yeah, that guy. Well, you know what, though? With the overall layout of this ballpark, man, I don't know. I mean,
she is saying that you look like Eric Church.
I'm getting an Eric Church lookalike.
Guess what? Now I could add something to this, because I hung out with Eric Church.
Connor talked to him this
3
week.
nights ago.
Yeah, because he was at the North Carolina game.
Yes. And let me tell you,
Eric Church.
That guy does not look like Eric Church.
Yeah. But he sees me every day too, so
that's true.
Okay.
But me and Eric Church are kind of good friends now.
Yeah, you guys are, and you're not going to do him like that. I get it. The ballpark dimensions here we've seen. This is because we can all agree the triple is the most difficult thing to get out of the cycle. Home runs are anymore just like Yeah, I could do that.
I know.
And doubles and singles, hey, but it's the triple. This is the ballpark, though, where you can get the triple compared to a lot of the bandboxes that you see in college baseball. So there is always that threat.
I think Christian Morgan hit like one triple the entire year and has at least two in his College World Series.
Yeah, exactly. So it shouldn't maybe be completely out of the realm of possibility that you could see another one, but I still think if I were to put money on it, if you're saying one of these two things are going to happen, I would say no hitter over another cycle.
I said before the World Series, I got to come clean on a prediction. Josh, by the way, still has a chance to be correct on his various predictions, including his bracket. But I said I thought, with the trend and the way the home run ball has been so significant here in college baseball this year, it's been defined in a way by the home run ball.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee is I think they have the most home runs ever hit by a single team, or at least they're approaching that.
Yeah, since Gorilla Ball.
And I said, I think Tennessee is going to set a record of most home runs hit in the College World Series. Now, they will not come close to doing that.
No.
Florida hit 17.
Yeah, last year. And I think
last year.
Going into the weekend, Tennessee wasn't even half of that. Tennessee like 8 or 9?
They had 5 coming into the championship
series.
series.
It was 5 for some reason. I thought it was like
which
8
is
or 9.
Unbelievable, just given kind of what they're known for.
Right.
Hasn't happened, so I got to come clean on that. But doesn't hurt the point that college baseball this year has been defined by the home run ball. And it's great. It's another great thing we were talking about earlier from Tony Vitello's comments, length of game, whatever. I mean, we've kind of got a sweet spot here.
We do.
The ball's good.
Yeah.
The ball's flying. The bats are good. The players are
the
better than they've ever been.
Is as strong and as
we're in a good
well-rounded
spot.
as we've ever seen. We were talking a little bit about this yesterday, too, of finding that balance between what we're seeing on the mound and with the BB core bats still being more of a novelty, that there was always that conversation of bringing at some point they're going to have to bring the outfield fence in at Charles Schwab Field, because we're just not seeing the long ball as much.
You saying BB core just sends chills down my spine.
Just hearing the sound of a BB core bat when it first came out, it sounded a lot like wood. Yeah, it was a very dead sound.
Something hitting a bag of flour.
But you knew at some point, as kids are getting used to the bat technology, the new bat technology at a younger age, and then getting used to it in high school and then carrying it into college, they were going to continue to evolve with how to swing that bat, how to be able to hone in on the exit velocities and everything that's going to make that ball travel. Also, you're seeing a lot more power arms. They're providing a little bit more of that pop off the bat, too, if you're making solid contact.
Yet you're throwing gas.
Yeah. And then, but that
Guys
part of it is
being
also
dudes
great about
gas.
baseball right now, too, is we're seeing a lot more elite arms, a lot more power pitching, too. So I think we've struck a good balance. And I cannot have this conversation without talking about the athlete themselves. You watch all 8 teams here. You watch super regionals. You watch regionals. There's some big dudes. Heck, we were talking about Creighton earlier. You go down their dugout. Those are some well put together guys. Those are dudes.
Yeah.
And you see that all around baseball now, where those guys are filling out their uniforms really well. The all around athlete part of college baseball right now, I think, is as good as it's ever been.
Let me get you a quick injury report presented by the Advocates, your personal injury attorneys, experienced, trusted, local with the Advocates. You're never alone. TheAdvocates.com. Usually, sometimes we have a difficult time coming up with these. Everybody's injured for Texas A&M. Everybody.
I mean, there's the obvious and Braden Montgomery.
Braden Montgomery is out. He will obviously not play today. Jace Laviolette is still working on the hamstring. Shot is he's got these special things on his knees that he can't run at full speed right now. So they're all a little beat up at the moment.
Whose pants did we cut up last night?
That was Hayden Schott, I believe. Yeah, so we had a lot going on there. But in a guy like Braden Montgomery's absence, that's where Caden Kent has really stepped in, and he's been one of the dudes here in the postseason, especially in the College World Series for Texas A&M. That's basically what we're looking at from an injury perspective from those guys. I thought it would lead to Texas A&M feeling a little bit more running on fumes coming into this, and they really jumped out and got in front yesterday with the Grohovic home run.
Impressive.
And then continued to roll. That's your injury report presented by the Advocates. Your personal injury attorneys, experienced, trusted, and local with the Advocates. You're never alone. TheAdvocates.com. All right, we got one more segment here. We'll get you fully ready and previewed for College World Series Finals Game number 2. We'll get you out to the stadium here in just about 10 minutes. Kevin Kugler, Scott Graham, and John Bishop have the call on 1620 The Zone, and we're joined today at the Village by the Drug Enforcement Administration. To learn about the dangers of fentanyl or to join in the fight against drugs, visit DEA.gov. Connor Happer, Nick Handley, and Josh Otson back with you for one final segment. Coming up on the other side from OBV, right here on 1620 The Zone.
Velocity Clinical Research in Omaha frequently conducts clinical trials for a broad range of investigational treatments. Velocity is currently seeking participants to wear a Fitbit watch for 31 days with compensation of up to $200. Some other current studies include low T, COPD, flu, pediatric, infant, and RSV. They also perform vaccine studies for people of all ages. See current trials at velocityclinicaltrials.com, compensation for study-related time and travel, and find out more at velocityclinicaltrials.com.
And we're back live, and what a beautiful day here at the park. Just listen to that crowd. Excitement's in the air. They've come to see the best of the best from all over the globe in what's been a fan favorite for nearly 130 years. That's right, it's all at Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium, the #1 zoo in the nation. Be sure to swing by between games and check out our newly reimagined Hubbard Orangutan Forest. Plan your visit at omahazoo.com.
It's time to make a game plan for game day parking. During big events, curbside parking in Omaha has a higher event rate. So save money for peanuts and Cracker Jack by parking in a garage or surface lot. You can even reserve an off-street parking space days, hours, or minutes in advance with the Park mobile app. Learn more about where to park and how to pay at parkomaha.com.
Experience the difference and save more when you shop at one of our 3 convenient Woodhouse Ford locations. And right now, it's more affordable than ever to get behind the wheel of a new vehicle when you visit a Woodhouse Ford dealership. Going on now, save up to $10,000 off MSRP on the 2024 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT with approved credit, $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer expires 7/08/2024. See dealer for details.
Fentanyl is the deadliest drug threat facing our nation. A dose small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil is potentially lethal. The Drug Enforcement Administration is working hard to remove this threat from our streets. Join the fight and make a difference. To learn more about a career with DEA, visit DEA.gov/careers. People with different skills but the same mindset to keep drugs out of our communities. Visit them in person at Baseball Village during the College Baseball Championship.
Curveballs belong in baseball, not your bank. When you choose Access Bank for your personal or commercial banking needs, you'll know what to expect every time. Personalized, all-in-one service from experts who know banking and the Omaha Metro. Access Bank has convenient branch locations and easy online solutions. Because we're here for a reason, to make your experience a home run. Learn more at accessbank.com. Member FDIC.
Success in today's electrical market requires your company to be able to adjust to an ever-changing field. A partnership with IBEW Local 22 gives you that flexibility with access to journeymen, apprentices, proven training programs, marketing assistants, entry into markets not available before, ability to expand and contract with changing market conditions, and a benefits package for you and your employees. Contact Bob at IBEW Local 22 for additional details at 402-980-7596.
At Rotella's Italian Bakery, they put unsurpassed product quality into everything they bake. Old world skill and experience are masterfully blended with modern efficiencies to create the delicious breads, rolls, hamburger and hot dog buns, and other specialty products that have delighted their customers since 1921. Combining customer satisfaction with uncompromising quality is their goal. Rotella's Italian Bakery, a century of pride in every slice. To see the full menu of products, visit rotellasbakery.com.
Food, festivals, and a whole lot of fun.
You're sure to find some this summer in Sarpy County, Nebraska. From festivals and fireworks to homemade ales and beers to a winery and distilleries, Sarpy County is your go-to destination for summertime celebration. There's also shopping, sports action, concerts, and a whole lot more. But summer isn't going to last forever, so get out your calendar, click GoSarpy.com, and start making plans. Sarpy County Tourism. So near, so fun.
Curveballs belong in baseball, not your bank. When you choose Access Bank for your personal or commercial banking needs, you'll know what to expect every time. Personalized, all-in-one service from experts who know banking and the Omaha Metro. Access Bank has convenient branch locations and easy online solutions. Because we're here for a reason, to make your experience a home run. Learn more at accessbank.com. Member FDIC.
Now back to the Men's College World Series special live from Omaha Baseball Village, powered by Children's Nebraska and Access Bank on 1620 The Zone.
Welcome back one final time from the Omaha Baseball Village. I'm Connor Happer alongside Nick Handley and Josh Obson. We had a comment on YouTube from Theo who says, production is stellar today thanks to PJ, producer Josh. Josh, would you like to comment?
Thank you, PJ. It's also a better nickname than OJ, which I was given earlier here at the Village.
No, you're nobody's other Josh.
Other
Not
Josh,
to me,
yeah.
anyway. Not to me. Producer Josh is fine.
That's right.
PJ.
OJ.
Nice job.
People have a different correlation when you're called OJ. So I'm glad we could shed that one.
Josh, you have produced every single day here at the
Yes,
Omaha
you
Baseball
have.
Village, sans one, correct?
Correct, yes.
Incredible job. I think Josh deserves a
Yes, he does.
round of applause
Yes,
from
he
us
does.
and a pat on the back from himself. Very, very well done. Now, we want to be very careful because we may be back tomorrow. We may be
Don't
back.
want to say goodbye yet.
We don't want to say goodbye yet, but this is a time where we can take our victory laps. Well done, Josh. Well done, Nick. You've been basically manning the Village on air.
Yeah, it's been good though. It's been fun.
You've been here basically every day.
Yeah, we've all been doing our part.
We've all been doing.
It's the
our
labor of love, is it not?
Oh,
It's the labor of love.
Don't get me wrong. We will complain until we will always, there will always be complaints.
That is true.
But this is the best thing we do.
It is.
I
really is.
truly mean that. This
No,
is
it
the best thing we do. The Baseball Village, the College World Series, and putting the whole thing together. It takes a lot of work, and it's not just from the people who are on air.
Right.
It's from the people who sell it. It's from the people who produce it and put it together. I mean, like it's truly NRG Media all hands on deck situation, and I'm proud to say once again that not completely, job's not done, job not finished.
Could be though,
but we did it.
You'll be seeing remnants of this for an entire year.
Yep.
If we had we have a company.
There's always new stories too. This is only my second year with you guys.
Yeah.
I've been covering the College World Series for a long time, but yeah, with you guys, and I always feel like there's always something new to share every year. It's always fun.
I think we have a company newsletter that goes out.
Yeah.
It should be a newspaper on the front page that said, "We did it."
We did it. Yeah. And just have a big old staff picture of all of us really sweaty. Just looking like we got to the finish line, but it was a grind. But like anything, it's worth doing. We're doing right.
We did it. We did it. By the way, we got a response from before to the poll question of malts. This is from Michael Severe. Now,
Severe.
We know Michael. He's old. He loves old things.
He does.
He
That's
has
true.
an old take on many things.
But he has take on food and desserts too.
And he loves Ted and Wally's.
Yes, he does.
What would you think about his opinion if you were to pigeonhole Michael into a take about malts? Would you say he's pro or anti?
I'm going to say he is anti.
It's a huge upset, but he is indeed anti-malt.
Is he? Yeah. Severe. Just when you think you got him figured out, especially when it comes to anything food related.
He really does keep people on their toes.
Yeah, he throws a curveball at you.
He's got malts blocked on Twitter.
It's muted.
Muted phrase.
It's one of his 400 things he has muted on
He's
Twitter.
probably really upset that we spent any time on malts.
Talk about malts.
Yep, exactly.
Happer's meme guy texts in, 1620, the Swamp Ass celebrates another successful and sweaty College World Series.
Yes.
Facts.
It's pretty good.
We can be extra swampy today and possibly tomorrow. Now, you're right. I want to extend that to Josh Hodson, who's been awesome, who's been here from day one and throughout the whole thing. I predicted Tennessee would win a national championship. So in order for my prediction to come true, we need another game. But for Josh's sake, who took Texas A&M to win, and I don't really care if I'm right because I'm wrong a lot. For Josh, for your sake, I hope you get both the Texas A&M victory and you get it 1 day earlier.
Let's drink in the AC tomorrow,
yes,
fellows.
Yeah, AC's fun.
You haven't been able to go to the movies probably at all the last 2 weeks.
I have not been to the movies in weeks.
This is very weird for you.
I've had to suffer through homemade popcorn.
That's horrible.
Geez.
We've been talking about how the DEA is here all week. Yeah. Josh's drug is the movies.
The movies,
and he has been cold turkey for 10 straight days.
Been itching a lot.
So we got to get Josh into that cold, dark, empty theater starting right again on $5 Tuesday.
$5 Tuesday, that's right.
We got to get him right back.
You already know what you're going to see, don't you?
I'm going to go see Bad Boys.
Okay. Okay. All right.
We should get him like a limo or something.
Yeah. Like,
just
come in
seriously,
style.
Josh is back at the movies, back at home where he belongs.
If you get out to the 1AMC over by the back lot, I'll buy you a pizza.
Okay.
There we go.
Charles writes in, a radio producer that cuts through the fluff to produce a great live broadcast. That's OJ.
Him. That is OJ.
Orenthal Josh Hodson.
No fluff from the sky.
A reminder that even if we are not back here at the Omaha Baseball Village tomorrow, that there'll be people meandering around through the remainder of today's game and into the night. Come by the zone booth inside the bullpen inside the Omaha Baseball Village and register to win a summer prize pack of tickets to the Henry Dorley Zoo, Royals tickets, and ice cream from Ted Wally's for a year, 13th and Mike Fahey. Scan the QR codes. We're drawing for those tomorrow, by the way, so please drop by while you can. Once again, I've been taking a victory lap segment here, but everybody who's been out the OBV for the last couple weeks, it's been a great joy to bring it to you, big part of the broadcast, that as well. As things are kind of clearing out here inside Omaha Baseball Village. But we will send it off to the ballpark. Coming up next, it's Kevin Kugler, it's Scott Graham, and it's John Bishop. A national champion may be crowned today. For Josh Hodson, for Nick Handley, I'm Connor Happer from the Omaha Baseball Village, sending you off until an if necessary next time. We'll talk to you guys soon.